Right. We are back live after a nice little break here. Thankfully, it's been a long day, and it looks like it's going to continue to be a long night, but I am recharged and ready to go again. We do have a decent area of deepening circulation and potentially what could be a tornado on the ground here on our latest scans just to the north of Edisto Beach. This is traveling to the west currently. And then as you can see, it's just made landfall. We also have another area of circulation back over here south and east of Willtown Bluff as well. So if you guys live in this area, Willtown Bluff, Edisto Beach, you guys need to be in your safe spots over here in South Carolina. We also have another area of rotation that is starting to die over here near Port Royal, so I'm not overly concerned about that one. But this one over here, we are going to be keeping a close eye on. How is everybody doing? Hopefully everybody's doing all right out there. Been kind of a crazy day so far, not going to lie. Kind of a crazy day, especially earlier today with all those flash flood emergencies and with some of those confirmed we've had even more confirmed tornadoes in the Minnesota area. Not too many, but some that were looking pretty concerning, at least on radar. But I'm feeling better now. Got a nice break in, so we should be good to go for at least another 4 hours here. But yeah, so this is our current view. Do have a decent area of circulation. Still waiting on that latest reflectivity scan. Yep, we got a tornado on the ground here in South Carolina. Tornado on the ground in South Carolina, just to the north of Edisto Beach. Watch out. That is not looking good. Yeah, our latest scan is indicating that this has touched down here near Big Bay Creek. That is pushing off to the west. They're going to be pushing pretty close to Seabrook and Bennett's Point here. Again, right here in this area, you can see, looked like we might have had the beginnings of a debris ball. So that's probably where it started, was back over here from the north and east of Edisto. And you can see that this thing is now pushing off to the west towards Big Bay Creek. We got a very defined debris ball signature there, right along where that velocity couplet is. So this is certainly on the ground just to the south of Little Edisto. By the way, they did allow this tornado warning to expire over here to the west of Beaufort. Looking kind of down the line here, we still have a lot of little areas of circulation that are about to come onto shore. So this could be a pretty active area. Let me just double check here to see if we have any cameras near Edisto Beach. Here, so that would be closer to southern. Yeah, not any cameras that I can see right now near Edisto. Just double check my cam. Let me just double check the traffic cams out here. There's one near Beaufort, but that's to the south of Edisto. So yeah, no traffic cams either. I'll just do a quick little search here. If you're just now tuning in, we have a tornado on the ground now, just to the north of Edisto Beach. We're waiting for the latest scan to see if we can see if this thing is still on the ground. It wouldn't be surprised me if it still is, to be honest. Edisto Beach, South Carolina webcam. Let's see if we can find something there. Edisto Beach webcam, a state park. Oh, wow. Yeah. There is a little bit of a webcam in this region. Does not appear to be live, though, unfortunately. At least I can't tell. Yeah, I don't think it's live. Cannot see any movement of the pixels. Yeah, there's no live cams in this area, but we are keeping a very close eye on it. Again, right here, still have a tight area of circulation just to the north and west of Edisto Beach. Yeah, and still a debris ball popping up here just to the south of Little Edisto. This is still on the ground, pushing off to the west. You guys still need to be in your safe spots there in Seabrook and Bennett's Point. Actually got a good break in. It was about an hour break. About an hour. So, you know, some positives there. A little bit of a break. It's about all I need in between these longer coverage days. As long as I can get an hour break and get that energy recharged and we're good to go, usually for another 4 hours. But yeah, we're watching these other circulations that are just
A
off
new
the shore.
tornado warning has been issued.
We're not going to be covering Minnesota, by the way, or Iowa, or anything up there. We're just focusing on Debbie on this live stream, just letting you guys know. It'll just make it easier because people are going to be tuning in because of the thumbnail for this area, and we're just going to be focused on this area of the country today. But yeah, latest scan here, just to the north and west of Edisto Beach. It's still pushing to the west. Still have a decent area of circulation right there. Still waiting to see if we still have a debris ball on this storm. And again, this is in
This tornado warning has been upgraded.
yeah, we already knew that. So official confirmation of the tornado now on the ground, which we already known for a couple of scans here. Also, just to let you guys know, for the people that are just tuning in, we do have, this is located here in the southern portion of South Carolina in between Charleston and Beaufort. And then right in here, there's that area of some stronger circulation that is producing a tornado right now. And that's going to continue off towards the west, again, towards Bennett's Point. And this is not going to be the only one. We got a couple more supercells approaching. Another one right here that is getting very close to Edisto Beach again. And that could try to rotate a little bit more. We've kind of got the opposite thing that we've been dealing with. Not really the opposite. I mean, in some cases, it's been the opposite. But some of these rotations have been developing over land, and also getting a little bit tighter than they were earlier today in this area. So we're really starting to see that tornado threat ramp up, and it could last for a couple of hours out here. So again, if you live out in these regions, just be ready, weather aware. We're going to get a lot of supercells train over the same areas over and over again. It's going to increase that flooding threat, and it's also going to increase that potential for some tornadic damage in your guys' regions here. Yeah, it looks like we still have a circulation to the south here. Be getting a little bit of a handoff up there to the north, or a little bit of a broader circulation. Not seeing the debris ball as well on the latest scan. I do want to wait one more scan before we can 100% confirm that is not on the ground. By the way, Judy, thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. If you guys got a membership from Judy, make sure you're saying thank you. And also, thank you for being a member. 14 months, just over a year. Feels like such a short time, to be honest. It is flying. It has flown by, I will say. Absolutely flown by. But yeah, those are the latest scans here. Again, if you live just to the north of Edisto Beach, please continue to be in your safe spots. Eventually, this band is going to try to migrate a little bit further to the north towards Charleston there. Also, latest updates on this, at least the kind of damaging winds and storm surge. We've been seeing some storm surge pile up along this portion of the storm here over there near Savannah and Georgetown. And some of the stronger winds are also up into this region near Jessup and Hinesville there as well. We have flood warnings all the way up the coast here, especially on this northern part of the storm over there near Savannah, Haynesville, Georgetown, Beaufort. And we're probably going to see those flood warnings follow where some of these stronger rain bands are located right now. Yeah, latest scan here on the correlation coefficient. The latest velocity scan. There's still something there. Still something there right over that. If the couplet's under there, we're probably going to keep the wording here that this is still on the ground as that approaches Bennett's Point, because that is still looking like there's some debris being lofted there. We'll see if we can get that new velocity scan in here shortly. Yes, this is a confirmed tornado on the ground. It's observed. It's got an observed tag, and we have seen that debris ball or we've seen that debris ball. Here, I'll bring it back to where it was the most obvious, was right here just to the north of Edisto Beach. That pushed off to the west. And then now we're starting to see that correlation coefficient kind of pop back up there. Just waiting for those latest velocities. And yeah, the couplet's right there. So still seems like there could very well be a tornado on the ground going straight towards Bennett's Point here in South Carolina. Still keeping a close eye on that. We've also got a new area of circulation about to move directly into Edisto Beach. So we'll wait for the latest scan here to come in on this storm. I'm still trying to find a camera out there. Let's see. Thing there. There. Yeah, still can't find camera in the area, so we're pretty blind on this storm in particular. But if these things try to migrate towards Charleston, we will have much more camera views of these storms that are coming into shore, because we do have some cameras out and around the Charleston region. All right, latest scan here. Still seeing an area of circulation there. Still a little bit of something popping up on that debris scan. Still very well could have a kind of weaker tornado on the ground in that area, or it's in the process of lifting as it approaches Bennett's Point. I'd still be in your safe spots there in Bennett's Point. After that's Wiggins, Ashpoo, and Fenwick. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, family in downtown Charleston. Well, don't worry, we'll be keeping a close eye on these storms, I promise. Hopefully these rotations don't last for too long, but man, it's just one cell after the other. We got another one here that's about to push into Edisto Beach. Wouldn't be surprised if that got its own tornado warning here as it approaches. We might see a debris ball pretty quickly with this one. It's pretty close to being tornadic there, if not already has a water spout on the ground. Rotation's a little bit on the broad side, but we'll be keeping a very close eye on that. And man, look at this one off of the coast. That's a tighter couplet there, just to the south of this other cell. So we've got multiple areas of some decent rotation moving ashore as we speak. Definitely a dangerous situation developing over here near the Beaufort, Charleston coast area. Sent me some traffic cams. Okay. See, anything near Edisto Beach? Nothing near Edisto Beach. Dang. Yeah, still don't have any cameras near Edisto. I appreciate you sending those in. Those cameras are a little bit too far south. Still waiting on that latest scan to come in. Folks, next in line for this next, I mean, if you're just now tuning in, we have a tornado warning here in South Carolina. Most likely still either a tornado on the ground or a tornado in the process of lifting here, approaching Bennett's Point. Still a little bit of a signal there. Does appear like most of that is in the clear air, so this thing is most likely lifted at this point. But just in case, this is still picking up some debris and it's still a weak tornado, I still want Wiggins and Ashpoo siding to be in their safe spots still. It should go to the south of Fenwick, but Wiggins is going to get pretty close to that area of circulation. Let's come over to the velocities here. Yeah, still an area of rotation right there. Still ongoing, pushing into the beach. Not quite on land just yet. He's pronouncing Edisto wrong. How do you pronounce it? That's how I've been saying, Edisto. Found one beach cam at Edisto, but it seems to be out at the moment. Yeah, all the cams. I found a couple of those too, but they all seem to be down. Edisto. That's what I'm saying. Am I not? It is Edisto. Feel like I'm saying exactly how you guys are suggesting. If you look at Aiken now, I don't know where that is. Is that near this area? Are you guys in the tornado warning? I don't think Aiken's in the tornado warning, as far as I can tell. Yeah, that circulation is just about to push into Edisto Beach. Really hoping we don't see a debris ball pop up there. Yeah, look at this. We have a tornado report that came in at 8:40. Colleton County Management reported a tornado sighted at 101 Palmetto Boulevard. Reported multiple trees down, power lines down, debris and roadways on roadways and flooded roadways as well. So a lot going on over there near Edisto. That was caused by this storm. I don't think that tornado report was from the current rotations that is coming into land. Detroit looked good for the night. We're not focused on that area right now. We're just doing Debbie coverage. Speaking of Debbie, that track did shift a little bit further to the east. A little bit further to the east. It looks like it's still kind of meandering to the east, even with that eastern shift in the track. That center of pressure is probably just to the east of the track right now, or pretty close to being over top of it. It's kind of tomatoes, what's happening there. And yeah, we're going to be seeing the main questions now with this portion of the storm is, when is it going to come out over land? It should be pretty soon. It's still moving at a pretty quick pace. We should probably go over the latest National Hurricane Center update on that really quick. As of 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, still moving at 6 miles per hour. Still, oh wait, no, we've already gone over that. So yeah, no new updates just yet. We should be getting one in the next hour or so. And this is our first official tornado report of the day in this area. So yeah, there's that velocity couplet there. It is now over land, not seeing a debris ball with this one. Let's go check back in with the one that was on the ground here earlier. Okay, that rotation's pretty much gone. I don't think the tornado is on the ground anymore in Bennett's Point. Hey, Julie, welcome, welcome. We're not covering Iowa today. We're just covering Debbie. Yeah, that's the latest there. I'm going to stay on top of it for you guys. Again, that rain's going to continue to pile up over here. If we come over to the storm total precip, we're starting to get those totals continue to rise and rise and rise here. We have just to the west is Savannah, almost 8 inches of rain piling up there. And this is just the beginning. Again, remember, in some of these spots, we could be seeing close to 20 inches of rain. And that's just getting started today. I mean, our first day here, we already are at, 7 to 8 inches. We could see those totals pile up pretty high as long as the northern portion of this storm stays relatively, has enough storms to, continue to rise, or for those totals to continue to rise. And seems like for at least the short term, that's going to continue to be the case here. Noticing a couple of other areas of rotation south of Willtown Bluff here. Also, another one offshore approaching Edisto Beach. And this one down here, we got another area of circulation kind of going a little bit further to the south here towards Hilton Head Island. We actually should be able to get a view on this storm. I think Bill sent me some traffic cams. Yeah, we do have, if that goes into there, we might be able to see something from there. So let me go ahead and get that camera up here. Yeah, how did I pronounce Hilton Head? Did I do good? Every time I pronounce a city name, I want a rating from you guys in chat of how close I was to pronouncing it correct. Out of 10. And we're going to do that the entire stream, okay? Are these live or are these pictures? I think these are pictures. These are not live. Never mind. I thought those were going to be live cameras. We do have cameras in Hilton Head if need be. I can pull those back up, I think. Yeah, that's the latest. Still no new radar data in just yet here. If you're just now tuning in, we got a tornado warning here in South Carolina. Now, yes, you guys are right. I typically do cover every tornado warning in the country, but we are hyper focusing down here just because of the thumbnail for one. And two, this has just kind of been my goal for this storm is to cover it as most extensively as anybody else out there has, and we have done that, and I'm going to continue to do that until this storm is gone and out of our hair. We'll probably be live again tomorrow, covering if the threats develop as well. And yeah, so if you are in the path of Debbie and you're wanting to know information, you can rely on to come back to this channel. We won't get distracted by other stuff. We're hyper focused here on Debbie, and we're going to let you guys know where it's moving, what are its threats, when are its threats, where's the flooding, where's the winds. Ask me in chat. I got you. And that's what we're doing. That's what I've decided to do. That was my goal before we got on. That's why it does suck though that there's been some pretty strong tornadoes up there, but we're hyper focusing over here for now. Hopefully you guys understand. But anyways, latest scan with this storm. I don't think it's come in yet. Still waiting on it. I guess that's technically the newest velocity scan. And yeah, there's a decent area of some rotation here just to the north and west of Edisto Beach. And then yeah, this one's actually pretty strong rotation now, approaching Edisto. Pretty much in a direct beeline towards Edisto. This one's weakening as of the latest scan, but this one is picking up just off of the shore. Yeah, you can really tell that's a decent couplet there. If that makes it onto land that strong, that will most likely be a tornado on the ground there. Seeing this rotation south of Hickory Hill, trying to get its act back together. Still a little bit broad there, south of Hickory Hill. No debris ball on it, but I'm still keeping my eye on it. Usually the rotations don't really last that far inland, but, the pattern has definitely shifted here. Yeah, there's live traffic cams in South Carolina. Yeah, I know that, but I don't think any of them are in the path of this of these tornado warned storms. We're trying to find cameras near there, and so far has been unsuccessful. Got some near Beaufort and way farther inland, but we don't have anything along 17, unfortunately. We do have some up here near Walterboro, so if we start to see rotations a little bit further inland and a couple of tornado threats up there, then we're probably going to be, able to see them potentially, depending on where they track. There are a couple cameras along 95. That's only if we see some rotations make it up there, which I think is a low chance. We'll keep an eye on it. When can Georgia go to sleep? I mean, you guys could probably go to sleep right now. I mean, the winds aren't going to be too crazy. Just make sure you're sleeping, especially if you're like near like the Waycross going into Hinesville, Savannah. I would be sleeping on the upper floor, kind of contrary. It's kind of a hard, if you're in a 3-story house, you're kind of best suited to deal with all of the risks with this storm. I certainly wouldn't be on the lowest floor of your house with the northern portion, just in case you do get into a flood warning and those floodwaters start to pick up, and then you're sleeping. You might not know. At least with like a tornado warning, you'd be able to get alerted and be able to go to your safe spots if needed. So, if you do want to go to sleep, I would definitely have a way to get alerts, but I wouldn't sleep on the lowest floor just in case that flooding really gets bad. You never know. Sometimes levees can break. Sometimes those rivers overflow a little bit quicker. And then all of a sudden, if you're sleeping on the lowest floor, all of a sudden your bed's floating, which is usually not a good thing. I got another tornado report over here. So the report time is at 8:38. So that was still that old circulation. Charleston County Consolidated Dispatch relayed a report of a sighted tornado touchdown on Outback Lane, Palmetto Road, down Edisto Island. Numerous trees are currently down there. Yeah, the stronger area of circulation is just about to move onto shore here near Edisto. Another one. Hopefully, not. Hopefully that other one didn't produce a tornado. But I mean, even after this guy, we've got these ones approaching into Hilton Head. We got these guys out here that are circulating that are eventually going to come in close, pretty close to Beaufort or Edisto Beach. And yeah, eventually these are going to try to. I mean, if these continue here for much longer, and if we have to be live for 4 hours covering this, we very well could be seeing tornado warnings for Charleston down the line. So if anybody should be staying up, it should be the folks there in Charleston, just in case this threat starts to migrate towards you. Heading towards North Carolina. That's going to be a lot later, and the threat's going to be a little bit lower. But that threat might pick back up if this thing re-strengthens and then let's say it does exactly what is forecasted, re-strengthens to like a tropical storm, and then makes landfall again south of North Myrtle Beach. That tornado risk would then be on the northeastern side of that landfall. Also, some of the strongest storm surge will also be in that area as well. So if it does that exact path, then the tornado threat will eventually exist for you, but that would be most likely on the 8th, which is a couple of days from now. But you never know. We could see a band like this eventually try to make it up there a little bit further up to the north. Anything in Jacksonville? Not anymore. I mean, we still have some winds down there, some gustier winds. We're getting some reports of some power outages over there near the Jacksonville region. And there's still probably some gustier winds down there, but the tornado threat is pretty much zero in Jacksonville. That dry air has really started to filter in there for you. All right, latest scan we got this new area of circulation now about to pull into Edisto. It's a little bit weaker than what it was. So there is that fact. It's a little bit weaker. A little bit weaker here. But it's still got a decent amount of strength to it. Still want a disto to be in their safe spots still for this new circulation. After this circulation, you guys should get a little bit of a break here, but eventually you might have to go into your safe spot again. So you might as well grab some snacks, some popcorn, something. Turn on some Netflix and just sit in your safe spot. That's probably the best thing to do. And again, just a quick reminder for the folks out there, a safe spot is the lowest, most interior room of your house. As many walls in between you and the outside as humanly possible. As humanly possible with as many walls in between you and the outside as humanly... Wait. Like Ed is slow? That's what I've been saying. Okay, everybody that puts that in chat is getting timed out. I'm not gonna go that far, but like that's what I'm saying. Edisto. That's what I don't get. Anyways, I'm just gonna stay focused on what matters, which is these rotations. I'm gonna stop. Don't time everybody out that corrects me, but I'm just not even gonna look at it. So I'm just gonna ignore you. That's what's gonna happen. I don't say it like that. I got a little bit of a southern accent, guys. It's a disto. All right. If you're correcting me, you know I'm talking about that area. All right, latest scan here. Looks like that rotation is still on this storm approaching land. A little bit weaker than what it was, but it's just about to make landfall here in Edisto Beach. Tagged you in an image of one of the AI chats. I don't care about that crap. AI is garbage. I'd rather just read regular people chat. Yeah, still waiting on the latest scans here, but man, look at this. Look at this rotation up here.
A
Right
new
there and right
tornado
there.
warning has been issued.
All right, looks like they're finally starting to warn these storms over here as well. We got a new tornado warning here near Hilton Head Island. That is going to be pushing off to the kind of to the west here, a little bit northwest. If you live in Port Royal, near Hilton Head, Hilton Head Plantation, Horse Landing, and Seabrook Landing, you guys need to be in your safe spots there. And then also, we have another area of rotation that's about to make it onto shore, just behind that one as well, about to make it over the beach right now. We got some cams in the Hilton Head area. Let me pull up one, see if we can get it up and going. This is at Hilton Head Plantation. Take a look at it. This is live. Sea Pines Resort. A little bit of something back there. We facing towards the storm. I mean, this is I wouldn't say it's in the direct path of it, but we might be able to see a power flash if anything does touch down here. This camera is in the tornado warning here. So we'll keep this up for a moment. Keep that okay, they did allow this tornado warning over here near Edisto to expire, by the way. Has been allowed to expire. But don't get comfortable outside of those safe spots. Not just yet. We still have some rotations approaching land. Hopefully, you don't have to go back in it. But don't get too comfortable just yet. You can come out, but at least be ready to get back in there. It's changing my title since that observed tornado warning was allowed to expire. Y'all seen anything back in there? Look out for power flashes. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for little green flashes emanating from the ground here. You see a little green flash, shout it in chat. That you can put all caps in chat. That's the one thing I'll allow you guys to put it all caps in. Yeah, this is that area of rotation we're watching. It's right next to this camera. Hilton Head Plantation is right here. I'm not seeing a debris ball just yet, but we're really keeping a close eye on it. I mean, we're right next to that circulation here. If it does drop, we should see something. Even in the nighttime here, because it will cause what we call power flashes. Myrtle Beach is going to be way down the line. Charleston, though, is where we're watching for this line to potentially migrate to. It's not quite there yet. We're hyper focused here for Hilton Head and Edisto Beach. Still not seeing any power flashes yet. I don't think it's on the ground just yet. I mean, I think we're looking right at that circulation. It kind of looks like there's some mid-level circulation back in there. Here's the latest scan. A little something popping up in there, but not deep enough for me to be able to say tornado. So I still don't think there's a tornado. Next in line for this tornado warning is going to be there's no more cities to call out, but just north of Hilton Head Plantation still needs to be in their safe spots. Same with Port Royal. We're still watching this area of circulation, but that one's broadened out quite a bit here. Mod power flashes. Should you be anything if you live near there? If you're in the tornado warning itself, then yes, you need to be getting to your safe spots immediately. We'll let you know if there's a tornado on the ground. We'll see power flashes on this on this camera if that does happen. Yeah, no power flashes yet. That's a good sign. Yes, that is correct. We'll also let you know if it shows up on the radar as well. Right now, there's that area of circulation just off of the shore, north and west of Port Royal, still continuing off kind of generally to the north and west here still. No debris ball on radar just yet. No power flashes here on our camera view. Yeah, the most interior room of your house with as many walls between you and the outside as humanly possible. A tornado shelter or a basement that is underground. That is where you guys need to be going here as this approaches. Now, just because it's a tornado warning doesn't mean guaranteed tornado. Okay, just know that that's most likely. It could drop one. So if you're in the path of this, just make sure that you are in your safe spots. That's all you need to be doing, and you will be okay. Just get to your safe spots. There, if you live in an RV, mobile home, or trailer, you need to be evacuating immediately and seeking sturdier shelter there. Yeah, that's Hilton Head. You can see Hilton Head Island right there to the south. This camera is located in Hilton Head Plantation. Again, this is near Hilton Head, South Carolina. Okay, we'll go to the big screen just to give you guys some reference here really quick. Let me put that camera underneath me as well. So that'd be this one here, just in case we do see a power flash. But yeah, so this is the storm here. Hilton Head Island's there. Savannah, Georgia is to the south and west, and we're in the very southern corner here of South Carolina. So that's where it's located. If you're in this tornado warning, you're probably hearing sirens, and you should be in your safe spots. We're watching to see if this thing drops here. We got a view on camera here, and we've got the view on radar, and we're comparing and contrasting. Rotation is getting a little bit weaker here, though, as the latest scan. Getting a little bit weaker. Is it caused by Debbie? Yes, this is being caused by Debbie right now. Yes, that is what is happening. This is being caused by Debbie. This is on the outer circulation of Debbie. If we come over here to the big screen and kind of zoom out, you can see the center of Debbie is back in over in this region, and we're getting some spin in the atmosphere on the northeastern quadrant, which is usually what happens with these storms. And then sometimes you can see some tornadoes. We have 2 tornado reports that just happened not too long ago near Edisto Beach, and now we're watching these tornadic supercells over here in near Hilton Head. So just a little bit of reference there. Yeah, still no power flashes. Still a good sign, and without weakening circulation, we might see this tornado warning expire here. But that doesn't mean the tornado threat is over for the night. We still got a lot of cells off the coast here approaching. A lot of cells. And all these guys are going to have potentials for tornadoes. It's not like the the kind of coverage we did earlier today where it was like, tornado warning here and there. Well, at least according to the models, the tornado threat should be picking up quite significantly here. So there's definitely a little lowering back there. It's starting to get illuminated by that light a little bit. You can see it back in that area on the left side of the screen. There's a little bit of a lowering. Keep an eye on that spot and underneath it. No power flashes, though, yet. So I don't think it's on the ground just yet. Don't think it's on the ground. Not seeing a debris ball. Rotation couplet is still there. You see these are indicating the winds are going this way, and this in the darker greens is indicating the winds are going that way. And this thing is rotating around in this area. If we go over to the radar, you can see that that precipitation is wrapping around that portion of the storm. You call it any streets? Yeah. We've got this is near Colton River Drive, Edgefield Lane, and Whitehall Drive. That's where the center of circulation appears to be at this moment. Also, we've got another area of circulation still kind of existing over here near Land's End. That's going to be near Bayport or Bay Point Road. I think that's what that is PT Road. And then off of the coast, you can see if we go over to the velocities in the big screen here, we do have some areas of circulation still off of the coast approaching Disto Beach. Disto Beach and a little bit further to the north of that as well. So these thunderstorms and these supercells are starting to trek a little bit further to the north. They're starting to meander a little bit closer to Charleston. So just continue to be weather aware there. It's not time to go to sleep for you guys just yet. Hopefully it's not a big deal. Hopefully these things fall apart as these storms approach. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, these kind of water spouts can, yes. Sometimes you get water spouts and they're not associated with supercells, and that means, it's usually a differences of temperatures between the temperatures aloft and near the surface of the ocean. And those can happen not associated with supercells, but these are technically just producing tornadoes that are over water. And so, once they make it on a land, they're still a tornado. These are associated with supercells. They're just happening over water right now. If they form before land, it's still a decent possibility that these things are going to continue into land and cause a tornado if it forms out over the ocean. How's Pooler, Georgia looking? So far, so good. You guys are going to be starting to get some of those stronger winds as, that center of pressure starts to make it a little bit closer to you guys. So the winds are going to pick up. You guys are under a flood threat out there. Yeah, under a flood warning, so keep your eyes on the ponding on the street. Can you get a water spout over the big lakes like Ontario? Absolutely. You can get supercellular water spouts out there as well. How much rain is falling near in Charleston? Not a whole lot in Charleston. We're talking about 2 to 3 inches right now. Some of our heaviest rainfalls have come into this area, at least when you're talking about South Carolina and Georgia. Some of the heaviest rainfalls that we have seen today have happened over here south of Live Oak, though. I mean, look at that. From the Jacksonville radar, it's a little bit of a different story. Somewhere in between, 10 to 15 inches have fallen over there near Live Oak, according to radar there. Any tornadoes near Hilton Head? None confirmed. None confirmed. So this is our latest view out of Hilton Head of this tornadic supercell. And so far, we haven't seen any power flashes from this thing. But we're keeping a close eye on it. Our first wave just moved in. There might be another wave pretty close to Hilton Head. It might go just to the north of Hilton Head, though. If the current trend continues here. Is everybody in the Carolinas safe from the hurricane? No. So it's not a hurricane right now, and it's not really technically forecasted to be a hurricane. But it does seem like this thing is taking a track that's a little bit further to the east than what was indicated. So it might spend a little bit longer over those waters. Just depends. And we cannot rule out a hurricane down the line. We cannot rule that out. But the forecasts at least are calling this to be a tropical storm back at landfall with max wind speeds at 60 miles per hour somewhere in North Carolina near the Myrtle Beach, in between Charleston and Myrtle Beach area. Now, the longer this stays over land, which still is not really 100% known, stays over the water here, the more time it's going to have to strengthen. Port Royal. CC drop over Port Royal. It's not showing up for me yet. Oh, yeah. Near Land's End, you mean? Look at that. Might have been a brief tornado there near Fort Fremont. Yeah. That was a brief tornado there in Fort Fremont. It's not on the ground anymore at this moment, but that was a brief tornado there. Most likely. Let me check where the clear air is. Let me just double check. It's either a tornado or just clear air. It kind of looks like clear air. Could he be either or? We either had a brief tornado in Fort Fremont, or that was nothing at all. Could have just been clear air as well. But if you know anybody that lives in Fort Fremont, just reach out to them and see if they're okay. Also seen another little subtle signal over here or something, but that's in the clear air there as well. Yeah, we're probably going to see this tornado warning expire here, and then we're going to have a little bit of a break. But we have some decent circulation still over here. Actually, we might not get a break at all. We're starting to see new areas of rotation start to form south of Willtown Bluff now. No debris ball on that just yet, but you can see on the storm relative velocities, that is starting to wrap up, and you can see that this rain is starting to wrap around that area as well, indicating we got a mesocyclone here south of Willtown Bluff. Do you know if there's a possible tornado that was in Jacksonville? Not that I've heard of, and not that we have seen on radar. We were covering the tornado warnings over there. We did have some tornado warnings on the east side of Jacksonville. I guess technically Jacksonville Beach. We actually had a webcam view on that, and we didn't see anything. You couldn't even see the water spout. There could have been a water spout out there. Do tornadoes only happen with supercells? Yes. When they don't happen, and tornadoes can happen, so tornadoes only happen with supercells. But you can get a like a land spout tornado without a supercell. Dust Devil, it's kind of like a tornado. You can get fire tornadoes, which apparently we've had a couple of those today over there in California. Yeah, still waiting on that latest scan. Still a decent little area of circulation here near Pine Landing. This one over here near Port Royal, not seeing any new debris balls popping up there, so I don't think that was that either could have been a brief tornado there near Port Royal, or that could have been just some clear air, most likely clear air. Posted a couple pics in the weather chat. Looks like they had an unwarned one. Unwarned what and where? Oh yeah, we're starting to get damage reports here from Bryce Shelton out of Edisto of houses damaged. Also, a lot of trees down. I'm retweeting it right now. Help if you can push that my Twitter link in chat. That'd be helpful. Yeah, we're starting to get damage photos out of Edisto. That's associated with these tornado reports over here. Explain clear air. So clear air is just like sometimes when you have clear air near a supercell, it can show up and look like there's a tornado on the ground. It look like there is debris being lofted, but it's just in the clear air of the storm, which means that it's not actually a tornado. With that one, it just seemed a little bit unclear to me of whether or not that was a tornado or not, because the velocity couplet wasn't really that strong, and the CC drop, I mean, there's still kind of something associated with it. I don't know. It's either on the ground or we're getting some contaminant. I mean, there's no reflectivity over that area, so
A new
very low
tornado
confidence
warning
on that.
has been issued.
But still keeping an eye on it. There's a tornado in Hilton Head. There's a tornado warning for Hilton Head, but I think they're about to let this one expire here. So, I mean, Hilton Head, Port Royal come out of their safe spots. Just don't get too comfortable out there just yet. These storms should go to your north here. They should go to your north. Shouldn't be too big of a problem there. But that will be a problem still for Edisto. Still waiting on that new scan to come in. It's taken a while. Mount Pleasant under South Carolina warning. I'm not seeing it in the warning. No. This is like a smaller like town or something in this region. I'm not seeing it. So I think you guys are outside of the warning right now. And it doesn't really matter because they're about to let this thing expire here shortly, regardless. Is there a tornado warning in Georgetown? There was one. There was a couple earlier today, but no. It looks like the tornado threat has predominantly shifted to your north. Yeah, this is the radar site that was having trouble earlier, but it is back up, thankfully. Thankfully, is giving us some has been giving us some reliable data, but it's been a while since we've got a new velocity scan. I guess it's only been 3 minutes. I'm just impatient. Mount Pleasant is just on the end of Charleston. Okay. Yeah, no tornado warnings over there in the Charleston region. You guys are good to go for now, but again, this little line of storms is eventually going to start to push closer to Charleston here. So eventually we might be talking about, if we still see some rotation with this storm, we might be talking about a tornado in that
region. A new tornado warning has been issued.
Okay, looks like they're throwing a tornado warning on this. I'm assuming it's this cell here. I'm not seeing any rotation near Edisto Beach or anything or anything closer to the coast to prompt this. I think they're warning this cell here. Let me just double check. Producing was located near Bennett's Point. Where's Bennett's Point? Yeah, so they're talking about this area of rotation right here. If you live in Fenwick, Ashpoo Siding, Ashpoo, also Hickory Hill, Green Pond, Ashpoo Crossing, and White Hall. You guys need to be in your safe spots here as this approaches. We do have an area of some decent circulation here. We've been talking about it for a while. Still no debris ball on it, but we're keeping a close eye on it as that pushes up towards 17. Just off of the shore, we're seeing a pretty serious area of rotation here, and that's about to push into, man, we're getting closer and closer to Charleston with some of these spin-ups. Really hope that these things quit before they get up there. But yeah, Kiowa Island and Seabrook Island are going to need to be in their safe spots and also ready for this next storm that is going to be coming to shore. Also, this little area of rotation could try to reorganize a little bit further to the south, and that would be a threat predominantly for Seabrook Island. Let me see if I can find cameras in any of these areas. Kiowa there. They're going to allow this one down here to expire, by the way, for Hilton Head. It's going to be gone any moment. Kiowa Island. There's a golf resort there. Maybe there's a webcam. Beach cam, Kiowa Island. Yeah, there's a camera there. It's just pitch black. Not sure if we'll be able to see anything. Maybe we can find one with a little bit of a better view than that. Nope. It is pitch black out there. We cannot see anything. There is a camera, though, but it's not going to be helpful. I guess I'll just, yeah, it's not going to be helpful, so. All right, let's check the latest on this area of rotation here. Oh, actually, it's got a little bit of lightning on it. Oh, never mind. It's an Earth cam. We can't use Earth cam. Yeah, right here in that area, there's that area of circulation that is still warned. Still no tornado on the ground with this, at least as far as I can tell, using the radar. Still pushing off generally to the east-northeast, heading towards 17 still. I wish we had cameras there. We have cameras over here near 95. I mean, near 95. So that could eventually, start to get some of these circulations here if they continue. We do have some traffic cams over there. If these continue off of the north, let me go ahead and get those ready just in case we do have to use some. We got some that are just south of Walterboro there that are in the path. This is Hilton Head, by the way. Storm is out of your hair. That tornado warning has been allowed to expire. You guys come out of your safe spots there. Let me just make sure these cameras are live. And they are just a little dark out there. There's a lot of cameras south of Walterboro. I'm having trouble zooming in on this dang app, though. Trying to find one that's well lit. It was not bad. We'll just use this one for now. We'll come back to it if we'll search around for a cam that's going to be directly in the path of this thing. We don't have street lights in Hilton Head. Yeah, I'm noticing that a little bit. Yeah, right here in this area, still have an area of circulation there, and also another one still about to cross over 17. This one's the one I'm most concerned about, but this one, it might try to organize. So we'll keep an eye on it. Yeah, I'm hoping it doesn't do it. I'm hoping it doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's what we're hoping. But it might. It might try to do something. So we got to keep a close eye on it just in case something does happen. Yeah, cameras in Beaufort. I mean, unfortunately, that's just outside of our range here. It's not going to really show us too much. Our best bet of seeing this storm is going to be with that camera. Not that one. This one here. And that's if that rotation crosses directly over it. Yeah, latest scan out here, out in the ocean, still seeing some decent rotation with this storm. Slowly approaching land. Further out, still seeing some rotations further out that we got to keep an eye on as well. So we're not done and over with yet with this storm. This is Radar Omega that we're using. Most of them are real dark. Yeah, every now and then there's lightning over there, which might be helpful, but can't use it because it's Earth Cam. They lock their cams down to everybody unless you pay them a lot of money. And even then, I'm not even sure if you can restream it. NHC gave an update. All right, we got new information from the National Hurricane Center. Looks like Debbie has a minimum pressure of 997 millibars, max sustained winds of 45 miles per hour. Slow moving Debbie bringing torrential rains to portion of southeastern United States. Major flood threat for the southeastern United States continues for the next several days. So definitely going to watch out for that major flood threat. Latest consensus here on the averages of the models are still bringing this out over the Atlantic, and that should start by mid-afternoon tomorrow, Tuesday, and eventually try to make landfall again 8 a.m. there, somewhere near Myrtle Beach and Charleston here in South Carolina. So we'll see. Beaufort County has traffic cams in Hilton Head. Yeah, but they're not live. And we don't need Hilton Head traffic cams right now. They're just we need to just keep watching this one. I mean, these cams are good enough, but only if the circulations get close enough for us to see something. What we really need is a traffic cam over here in Kiowa Beach there, or Kiowa Island, in that region. But we haven't been able to find anything there yet. We do have some traffic cams in Charleston and some live high definition cameras up there as well. So if anything does kind of make it up in that area, we will eventually be able to see something. We got good cameras in Charleston. So once the storms start to try to make it up there, we should be able to see something. Or once the storms start trying to make it up there, we should start to see something. Hopefully, we don't have to use the cams, given the fact that the tornado threat has fallen apart. But it's given the fact that we're still seeing this strong of rotation near the shore, I'm kind of losing hope. So hopefully they quit here shortly. But Kiowa Island is going to be next in line for this area of circulation, and it is definitely going to be strong enough to produce a water spout, and then eventually after that, to produce a tornado. So we will keep an eye on that very closely. If it keeps up that rotation, we're definitely going to have an issue with that storm. I don't understand what's going on. I think it's because I'm tired. My southern draw is really coming out right now. I keep on like trying to correct myself to try to take out the southern draw. I don't know why I do that. You guys watch me on my storm chasing channel. This is how I usually sound, but I don't know why I try to take it away. I don't know. I feel like people think, I don't know, something I'm a little bit self-conscious about. I don't know. Yeah, latest scans over here still have an area here of some rotation still with this storm. Heading off towards Green Pond and Ashpoo. Still kind of a weird looking circulation here. It's not really overly organized. Still not seeing a debris ball with that near 17. That I'm not proud of it. I don't know. Everybody's got a little voice they use when they do their broadcasts. Every single person. No matter who it is, storm chaser. Like I guarantee you, if you ever meet Reed in person, I promise he doesn't scream at you 24/7. I think it's like a thing with professionalism why people do it. Not in Reed's case. He just screams. Yeah, latest scan here. Still seeing a decent area of circulation here. Making it closer and closer to shore. Seabrook Island, Kiowa Island, you guys are next in line here for this decent area of rotation. It's definitely, well, probably our strongest area of rotation. These areas of rotation are just kind of, I mean, they're still there. They're still existing, but they're not necessarily producing a whole lot of concern in my mind here. I mean, there's a little bit there in the storm relatives, but it's on the weaker side of rotation. I don't think that's going to produce a tornado. A tornado. There's multiple webcams near Kiowa and Folly Beach to look out the ocean. Where I can't find them. I have not been able to find those cameras. If you can send that to me on Twitter, I'll put the link in the chat. To be fair, though, I've lived in a couple of different areas. So I was born in the South. Then we moved up to Virginia. So I kind of picked up that accent for a little bit. And then I moved to California. Well, I moved down to Alabama. And then I picked up the Southern accent a little bit. Then I moved to California. And I picked up the California accent a little bit. And then I've been living in Alabama for probably like the past 5 or 6 years again. Not too for a little bit. And so I'm really starting to pick up the Southern draw again. I'm just chatting with my friends. This is what I usually sound like. Yeah, still keeping a close eye on this rotation. It's about to be moving into land. Still has a decent area of rotation associated with it. If that makes it onto land with that much strength, we're probably going to see a tornado or a debris ball with this storm. Yeah, we're not focusing on Iowa. We're just focusing here. I'm sure stuff's going on up there as well, but we're just doing hyper focus. People that are in tornado warnings, they typically want a little bit more hyper focus coverage for their area, for their storm. If I was doing coverage over there, we'd be doing this constantly, and that's probably not very helpful. So we are just focusing on this storm right now. AI generated chat summary. I don't know why you guys look at that so much. AI sucks. It's literally your replacement. Why don't you make your own summary and put it in my chat? Yeah, it looks like they allowed this tornado warning to expire, and they're keeping it for these storms down here. You're literally laughing at the thing that they're trying to replace you with, sir. That's not not very smart. You shouldn't really give that a lot of attention. Literally going to be doing your job soon, as long as you allow them. It's all fun and games until you got no job. Then it gets serious. Then you won't be bringing up the AI chat anymore. They took my job. I'm sorry. I'm trying to stay serious. I promise. Rotate. To be fair, the rotation is not on land yet, but it's getting very close. Again, if you live over there near Kiowa Island, please continue to be in your safe spots there. Folly Beach. Okay, we do have a surf cam in Folly Beach. I don't think it's going to really show us too much, to be honest, but we'll bring it up here. I like that camera in Hilton Head. It's got a pretty cool view. Winds are a blowing. We might see something. I don't think I can bring this full screen. I'm not seeing an option. So this is about as good as it'll get. This is near Folly Beach, kind of near where this rotation is. I'll keep it under me for now. Still starting to see this area of rotation start to pick back up here with this storm. It's trying. It's trying again. It's still pretty weak. Still, my main focus is still down over here near Kiowa Island, but I'm not forgetting about this guy. I mean, most of the storms have not. The pattern has been that most of the storms have not produced a tornado this far inland. So I don't think we're going to be seeing that happen. But sometimes that pattern switches, and we've got to kind of track where the pattern is going in order to be able to tell you what's going to happen in the future. That's how predictions work. It's just finding the patterns. And so most of the patterns, at least for the entirety of today, has been these don't form. But we'll be keeping an eye on it just in case that pattern does end up breaking. Yeah, this thing is literally miles off the shore here, about to make it into Kiowa Island. Rockville, Oak Grove, Young's Island, and Meagit. You guys just need to continue to be in your safe spots. As this thing hopefully will die, but I mean, it's getting pretty close to land. I'm starting to lose hope a little bit. Yeah, she's still at it. Lil Debbie continues. Everybody be quiet. Don't say anything about that. I want to see how many people notice it that just come in the stream. Make it small in the corner. Is all that head to Charleston? Yeah, this is heading to Charleston. Here in a little bit, yes. These cells are slowly trekking up to the north. And as you can see, these ones back here are kind of making a direct path. So after these ones are inland, we're going to start talking about potentially tornado warnings for Charleston here in a little bit. So you guys got to be ready to be going to your safe spots if this thing does end up over your area, which it does kind of seem like it will. What we're uncertain about is whether or not that tornado threat will still be there as it pushes in. And thank you, Matthew, for the 2. I do appreciate that. Thank you so much. It's a huge help out to the channel. Thank you. Safe spot is your bed. I feel that. I feel that so much. Oh, no. All right, guys. This thing is really getting its act together right before landfall. That's a tight circulation. That could be a serious tornado if that makes it on the land. Kiowa Island, please be in your safe spots. There's a lot of folks that live out here. Oh, wow. Well, I'll be honest. I wasn't expecting that many people. This thing makes landfall as a tornado. What will most likely happen is we will see the velocity couplet over the land and no debris ball. But then after the fact, that's when the debris ball will show up, unless the scan comes in with the velocity couplet already further inland. But this is about to make landfall any second here in Kiowa Island. You guys need to be in your safe spots. This is a serious storm. It's got some of the most, I would say, almost the most dangerous rotation that we have seen so far, at least tonight. Pretty darn close to it, if not. I mean, this one over here was pretty serious over there near Edisto. Tightly packed. Yeah, there's a lot of houses out there. Hopefully everybody's in their safe spots. Just a quick reminder, your safe spot is the lowest, most interior room of your house with as many walls in between you and the outside as humanly possible. A tornado shelter or a basement that is underground. If you live in a RV, mobile home, or trailer, you need to be evacuating immediately and seeking sturdier shelter. As this thing is definitely gonna try to do something. No guarantee that there's a tornado in there, but I mean, in comparison to some of the signatures that we have seen today, this one is certainly looking like it could try to do something. Just be in your safe spots there. If nothing happens, just consider it as practice. Keep an eye on it. Further inland, we're still seeing some areas of some broader circulation here in this part of the storm. Still not seeing any debris balls with that as that passes over 17. Yeah, a little bit in there, near 17 there. Still keeping an eye on it. It's still trying, even that far inland. You can see the other areas of rotation that were in Hilton Head a little bit earlier. All of those have died, which is what we've been seeing pretty much for all day. So we're expecting that to continue, but we'll see. Uh-oh. Hopefully that's not associated with that storm. Okay, yeah. Let me just double check the timing here. Yeah, okay, that's in the inflow, so that's not a tornado. Not a tornado there, but it does seem like that velocity couplet is going to be over Kiowa Island here shortly. Probably by the next scan, we'll see that over there. Yep, there it is. So we're not going to see a debris ball right now because, again, that's just how these little island landfalls typically work. So we're most likely not going to see a debris ball right now. But by the next scan, that is when it's going to show up. And if we see that debris ball by the next scan, then that's a tornado that just went through. Hopefully they were in their safe spots, but there is nothing we can do for them now. What we can do, though, is continue to warn the people down the river or down the way here. We got Oak Point, Kiowa River, Young's Island, and Megget there. And you guys need to continue to be in your safe spots as this is still a pretty intense storm. In terms of its rotation, if we come over here, the storm relative velocities, you can see definitely got a decent area of rotation that could be producing a tornado as we speak. Again, that's Kiowa Island, South Carolina, and then that's going to be pushing up to the north towards Charleston eventually. Not this storm in particular, but these storms out here is what we're watching for Charleston. So, and they are continuing to form rotation. It seems like we just get one that gets kind of shot out, and then it tries to become tornado warning, and then tornado warned. Then once they reach the coast, the next one starts to get shot out, and it's just one after the other. And that's kind of how tonight's going to continue to go until we start to see some of these storms die off. In terms of our southern storms here, we are starting to see a couple more areas of rotation. These ones, it appears they're not heading towards Hilton Head Island. It's heading over here towards Adesto Beach. There, you guys need to be in your safe spots. Or not in your safe spots, but you need to be ready to go to your safe spots if these storms continue to rotate there. And then to head back into the ocean to double back. Yeah, it's kind of what happens sometimes. Ain't no problem, Jana. Can you go to sleep? In Charleston, absolutely not. Am I gonna look at Minnesota? Nope. We're not covering Minnesota. We're covering Debbie this broadcast. We're not looking at Iowa. We're not looking at Minnesota. We're not looking at Wisconsin. We're just staying focused here. All right, let's see if that debris ball pops up here. Oh, nope. Yep, just got a tornado. There in Kiowa Island. Tornado just hit Kiowa Island. That is not good. You now have a tornado down here in South Carolina. Just as I said, that velocity couplet hit land and there was no debris ball, but then right after it moves off the shore, that's when the debris ball always shows up, and that is a tornado, and potentially a stronger tornado there just went through Kiowa Island. That is not good. There's a lot of folks that live there. That's probably a decent amount of damage just got caused. After that's going to be these little roads out here near Kiowa River and Oak Point, and that's going to end up going up towards 700 next. After that, it's going to be east of Megget. How do I get so good at this? Just covering tornado warning after tornado warning after tornado warning after tornado warning. That's how. Yeah, that's not good there. Not good at all. Yeah, that's really bad. Again, if I zoom in, actually, we should probably get up the tornado simulator here. Do it in between scans. Let me see what road that went over. Yeah, Kiowa Island Parkway. Near East Beach Village. Went right in that area there. Yeah, you can see that debris is still on, kind of falling out of the sky, and it might pick back up after it goes over land again. Yeah, went right into East Beach. This is interesting. We haven't really ever had an ocean view on our tornado simulator. Wow, this is a beautiful area. This is very unfortunate. I really hope it's not that strong of a tornado. Here's pretty much how it went down. I pretty much came right through this area near East East Beach Village. There near Roy Barth Tennis Center Pond 035, just like this. Uh, Most likely went over the golf course here and is currently over Kiowa River. And that's going to continue off kind of to the north and west here, heading towards Bryan's Creek, the golf club of Bryan's Creek. You got River Road out there, State Road South 1001.
This tornado warning has been upgraded.
Yeah, as you can see, it has been confirmed here in Charleston. Looks like this is messed up here. Hold on, let me fix this. There we go. I mean, or south of Charleston. Sorry, south of Charleston, not in Charleston. South of Charleston. Sorry about that. Yeah, latest scan has us still over the Kiowa River. If you look underneath me, that's where you can see the radar there. Where's State Road? So we got Betsy Kearson Road. Where is that? Betsy Kearson Road. I'm losing my bearings here. This isn't really a populated area here. Let me just make sure we got this right. There's Betsy Kearson Road. Okay, so that's there, and it's about to cross over this little bend here. So it's actually just a little bit further in this path here. So it's pretty much right in this area near River Road, near John Island's Ace, over Kiowa Beach. There are a couple of little buildings out here. You zoom in a little better just so we can see better. You do got a little bit of a community here near Kiowa Art Gallery. This is very close to this community, if not over it. Let's go see if we still have a debris ball. We still have a debris ball ongoing here over Kiowa River near Oak Point. Is this Oak Point right here? No, Oak Point's over here. So yeah, this is the location of it right there near those. It's pretty much very close to this community. I really hope it is not still on the ground at this point, but it does seem like there is still a debris ball ongoing with this storm as it goes over Kiowa River, where some of these buildings are. If it's still on the ground, we will see that deepen. If it's not on the ground, we will see this start to dissipate. If we look at the velocities on this thing, not as strong as they were. So we might be seeing this thing dissipate. Hopefully, this means that it did not go through another community here with a lot of houses near the Spring House at Kiowa River, Kiowa Art Gallery. Some of that debris could be paintings, unfortunately. If that is the case, that this thing just directly hit this community. No cameras to see, unfortunately. This is still in an area where we don't really have good access to cameras. Yeah, if you're just now tuning in, we just had a tornado go through East Beach here near West Beach, somewhere in between East Beach and West Beach, it seems. Tidal trails. It just kind of crossed over this area, went over Kiowa River, and then now is located somewhere near this. Again, this is an estimated location, but this is where the debris ball is popping up on radar, and it seems to be pretty close to the spring house at Kiowa River and Kiowa Art Gallery. Down the line is going to be Island Bike Surf Shop, Johns Island County Park, Mullet Hill. Yeah, that thing's still on the ground there, folks. Still on the ground. Right in that little corner. Yeah, right on this little corner here. So, heading off in this direction. Now pretty much right in this corner, estimated by radar. This is still on the ground. About to pass over another river down the line here. If we take off the tornado on the ground here, we still see that debris ball centered. You can see that we got First Team Construction, Chris Holm Road, State Road S10 54, Rantowls, I think that's how that's called. We got Somerville Cross in the distance here. In terms of the folks that need to be in their safe spots, we'll do a quick refresher of that. That's going to be New Cut Landing and Goshen. You guys still need to be in your safe spots here as this approaches, as this still appears to be on the ground at this very moment. Just get in your safe spots as it approaches. That's all you need to do. Yeah, we'll do another summary here. So, looks like it probably went through this neighborhood either as a weak tornado or still a decent tornado on the ground, but it started off over the ocean. Way back here, slowly, probably was a waterspout, as immediately as it hit land, it started making a debris ball. So it went somewhere in between East Beach and West Beach, came very close to this community, either went over it or was to the right of it, moved up into this region here near Bohicket Road, and then it appears to have crossed. It has not crossed Bohicket Road yet, so it's pretty much right in this area right here. All right, latest scan. I cannot confirm a debris ball anymore, so we're going to stop doing that. Latest scan, that debris ball is pretty much completely dissipated, so it looks like this tornado has lifted. Circulation is broadening out a little bit, and that debris ball is starting to go away. So pretty confident here that this thing most likely has lifted here, but just in case it's still on the ground, I still want folks in New Cut Landing to continue to be in their safe spots, and also Goshen. Please continue to stay there until this tornado warning is done. Again, the safe spot is the lowest, most interior room of your house with as many walls in between you and the outside as humanly possible. A tornado shelter or a basement that is underground. If you live in an RV trailer or a mobile home, you need to be evacuating immediately and seeking sturdier shelter. Is it clear on what type of tornado it was? No, you can't tell that using radar. You can just estimate its location pretty well, and that's about it. Hopefully, we don't have to use a tornado simulator for Charleston. That would not be good. But latest updates for down the line on some of these storms that are next in line. We got this one right here. Let's see where it's heading. I mean, are we talking about Charleston yet? No, we're still not talking about Charleston. This one's going to go south. Charleston, most likely somewhere in this region here. And then we've got another one trailing behind it. That one will probably go a little bit further to the north. It's probably not going to be until we get some of these storms back in this area to make landfall that we're going to be talking about Charleston, South Carolina. Again, if you're just now tuning in, we just had another tornado on the ground, and there you go. They've allowed that tornado warning to expire. That is our fourth tornado, potentially, In the last couple, well, how long have I been live for? We've been live for an hour and 30 minutes. We've had 4 tornado reports in those 30 minutes. Not sure if these ones were all separate tornadoes, but at least 2 separate tornadoes here. So in between 2 to 3, or yeah, 3 to 4 tornadoes have happened today so far in this region. I thank you, Brent, for becoming an EF3 member. I do appreciate it. But yeah, there you go. We got no more tornadoes on the ground anymore. And no more tornado warnings in our coverage area. Yeah, that's the latest there. On the radar, we're going to be keeping an eye on it for you guys. Thankfully, so far we haven't seen any, uh, you know, I don't think we've seen any larger tornadoes, but I don't know. That one looks pretty big. I don't know. We'll have to see what the scan says. That one actually, I kind of take that back. I think we have potentially maybe saw a larger tornado there. That initial debris ball scan was pretty intense. It was pretty deep, which was indicating that a lot of debris was getting lofted up into the air. So clock froze. Let me check that out. Oh, yep, it has frozen. Yeah, no more tornado warnings, but we're still watching for some new areas of circulation to kind of make it into the region here. We got another stronger one back out in here. This one that's closer to the coast is a little bit on the weak side. But this one that's a little bit further out is definitely got a chance to start to rotate and maybe try to make it into land again. This one down here, a little bit further to the south, is getting a little bit more organized as it approaches the coast as well. That one's going to be forecasted to make it somewhere in between Port Royal and Edisto Beach. So tornado threat's definitely not over. We are still seeing waterspouts out over the ocean. But yeah, let me check to see if we got any damage being reported in Kiowa Beach. I'm gonna check on Facebook. Usually they do pretty well in reporting stuff. Kiowa, or Kiowa Island tornado. It's like a storm chaser reported a power flash from his view. And it's getting pretty late at night, so a lot of folks out here on the East Coast are probably trying to settle down to go to bed. So hopefully most of the folks were awake when it happened. At least that hopefully that tornado warning got out to folks. You never really know when when the storms when the warnings go out if they're actually reaching folks.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
That one's in Iowa. It's not in our coverage area. Yeah, not seeing any folks not seeing any posts about Kiowa Island yet. Seen a lot of people post that there was a tornado warning and a tornado warning and a tornado on the ground there. Can you go to bed in Richmond Hill? Yeah, all of Georgia. I would still be up and or at least be flood aware, but the rain does seem to be kind of simmering or kind of calming down over there. So as long as you guys don't get any more tornado warnings, which I don't think that's going to be a possibility anymore there, yeah, you guys should be all right. So yeah, you can go to bed there for sure. Oh yeah, we should probably listen to the
This
scanners.
tornado warning has been upgraded.
Broadcastify. South Carolina. I think that'd be Charleston County, if I'm pretty sure, if I'm understanding correctly.
The doctor's office that accidentally mixed up your.
We're gonna have to wait for that ad to stop there. Let's check back in with this camera here. This is kind of the current conditions, at least the best that we can tell. Obviously, there's a lot of sideways rain happening here. But it's definitely pretty windy there on the coast. All right, this should be done.
Copy, thank you.
All right, so we're listening to the scanners now. All those reports of damage and all that kind of stuff should be coming in. This is the Charleston County Police Fire and EMS Rescue scanner. So we should be able to hear some reports out of the area as they come in.
Dispatch 82.
Yeah, latest scan here. Still seeing some rotation with this.
Over truck, we're coming up on here short. All good. Just checking one spot looks suspicious.
Yeah, still a decent area of rotation with this storm. South of Hollywood. Checking on the storm relative velocities, though, it's a little bit on the weak side, but we're keeping an eye on it as that pushes up towards Hollywood and Ravenel here in South Carolina. We also are still keeping our eyes on this area of circulation that is just off of the coast. This one's going to go into that way, and then this one's going to kind of follow right behind it. And it's going to become potentially a problem for Folly Beach, which is where this camera is located. This camera right here, that's Folly Beach. So we might be able to see something from this camera.
102 dispatch.
102. Not affirmative, sir. We tried calling Public Works. We had a negative answer.
Your show is available.
Dispatch copy 2317.
Sorry, just listen to the scanner here for a little bit. See if we can get any new reports in. I can break that news to you immediately. Yeah, tornado threat is not over here, folks, and it is shifting closer and closer to Charleston. We've had some tornadoes confirmed here. We just had a tornado confirmed here, and if the pattern continues, that's going to continue to move up to the north eventually. And then we're going to start to talk about Charleston's going to be coming pretty close to some of these warnings, but you'll probably be north of the warnings that are coming towards that get issued here shortly if this storm still keeps that rotation. Thunder's getting very bad at the Charleston airport. Yeah. You're on Johns Island. We'll just continue to stay weather aware. These storms are rotating nearby you. Don't need to be in your safe spots yet.
Tavern, 3417 Shelby Ray Court, Building G, Fall, Bravo Response, Incident Channel EMS Ops. PLS 80, Stones Throw Tavern, 3417 Shelby.
I don't know what that sound is or what it means. Just off of Dorchester and Bacon's Bridge. Yeah, if you're anywhere around the Charleston area, we're keeping a very close eye on you guys. Don't worry. We got you in our sights. If any rotation tries to push, rotation tries to push towards that shoreline, we're gonna let you know. Probably over the next 30 to 45 minutes, though, until this line starts to shift towards you. You can see these storms initially here are probably going to go a little bit more to the south. But these ones back here, if they continue to carry that rotation, they're going to try to track pretty close to the Charleston area. So we'll keep you updated. Yeah, there's a tornado on the ground in Iowa right now, but we're not covering that area tonight. If you live in Iowa, there's someone live on YouTube covering it, but we're not covering that specific area, and they're not covering this specific area, so It's good that we split up our attentions to the peak so that people can have a little bit higher quality coverage. But yeah, there is apparently a pretty serious tornado in Iowa right now. Worried about the total rainfall. Yeah, that's also going to pick up here with this storm. We've been monitoring the rainfall totals that have been coming in, and they are continuing to go up and up and up. We have a couple areas now approaching 8 inches of rain. They're north of Savannah. West of Savannah, same thing. The rain is starting to pick up here in South Carolina. We got around 5, 4, 6 inches of rain over here near Beaufort. We got another pocket of rain over here near Hinesville of about 8 to 9 inches. Who's live for Iowa? Pretty sure Max is. I thought Max was live for Iowa. Unless he ended. I don't think he ended. Oh, he ended the stream. Oh, shit. Okay, hold on. I thought Max was live in Iowa. Is anybody live in Iowa? I'll talk about it for a little bit, but we're not going to do as extensive coverage. Wow, there's nobody live for Iowa. I did not know that. I apologize. And there definitely was a tornado there. I mean, it's not as crazy as what people were saying, though. I mean, we got a lot of contamination here. But, I mean, most of those aren't legitimate areas of rotation. This tornado is on the ground, apparently, according to spotters in the area. If you live in Watkin, just make sure that you are in your safe spots. We're not going to come up there and check on it every scan. Just be in your safe spots there in Watkin. We'll let you know when you come out. I thought Max was still alive. Ended a while ago. Oh. Well, there goes my strategy. Out the window. I was hoping he could just continue to cover that, and then I'd continue to cover this, and then both areas would be getting some high-quality coverage, but yeah, that is still on the ground up there in Iowa. Just be in your safe spots and walking. Yeah, latest down here, the areas of rotation are continuing. Still continuing over here near Charleston. South of Charleston. Not as strong as they were, though. Not as strong as they were. He rated Tyler Kirsten went off the air. Okay. All right. That's my apologies. I thought he was all over that. Probably needs sleep. A lot of people out there are sleep deprived. Yeah, I mean, that circulation, it was probably a brief tornado up here, just to let you guys know. It's probably pretty brief. It does not appear to be on the ground anymore. It's most likely pretty brief right there north of Decorah. And then that's dissipated. Might get a reorganization eventually down here, but I don't think that tornado's on the ground anymore. There's no indication on radar that that is still on the ground at this moment. So we're not going to really pay attention to that again unless we get another report out there in Iowa on that. Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen a strong area of circulation out here. I'm wondering if this tornado threat is starting to fall apart. Supposedly there was 120-mile-per-hour winds. Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, it did have a decent area of circulation there for a brief moment. But a lot of that was side lobe contamination. I'd be surprised if that one ended up being like a strong tornado. I mean, there's definitely obviously some rotation in there if that picked up debris, which it did. Someone saw it do it as well. So you have like 2 points for it being a tornado. So it most likely was. But, determining whether or not that one is a strong one or not, using the radar out there, there's too much side lobe contamination. Oh, KWWL News is covering that. Okay, cool. Yeah, local news is covering that out there. But we'll keep on touching on it. We're just not going to hyper focus on it like we're hyper focusing down here. But Hilton Head Island, we're looking pretty good for now. Keeping a close eye on your region here. But I just don't see that tornado threat getting back up here until maybe we start to see a little bit more convection. Just not really seeing a whole lot of that around your area. There's some rain out there, but nothing, nothing that would be a strong enough storm to tap into that shear environment that would allow these storms to spin and stretch and then drop a tornado. We're still keeping an eye on it. You never know. They might try to intensify a little bit, but let me see where that center of circulation is. We should be getting pretty close to this thing entering back into the Atlantic. Man, this thing is almost stationary. Look at that. It's not really moving that much. Might be stalling right now. I mean, that's not moving. Well, let me put this in a bigger frame here. Yeah, last couple of frames, it doesn't really seem like it's moving too much. Debbie might have significantly slowed down here. So where the rain is kind of setting up now, at least over here in this area, it might just stay there for a little bit. So it could still continue to see those flood waters pile up in some of these areas that are already dealing with flooding. They are dry. Yeah, hopefully you guys get a little bit of rain up there without the tornadoes. It's finally getting inundated by rain. How's Charleston doing? It's about to get started up there in Charleston. The rain is. You guys are already under a flood warning. And that's only, the flooding rains are only going to continue here and pick up in intensity. So that'll start here in a little bit. So if you live in Charleston, just make sure that you guys are paying attention to those rivers and creeks that are nearby you. If you have to drive, make sure that you have some sort of way, not drive through floodwaters. All that takes is just, a brain cell. I'm sorry, but if you drive through floodwaters, you're kind of canceling out your brain cells there. I don't know if I can qualify you for having a brain cell. So please don't do that. We will make fun of you unless the outcome is bad. If you start floating away, we'll call the authorities instead of make fun of you. I promise. But until that happens, we will make fun of you. So please do not drive through floodwaters unless you want to be made fun of. That's up to you. Me from Fort Myers, they got hit by Hurricane Ian. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, Hurricane Ian was particularly intense down there. Dang, someone just liked almost every single one of my tweets from the past 3 days. Phone was blowing up. Notifications. Yeah, do not drive through floodwaters. It's extremely dangerous. Your car can flood out. It's not just whether or not you won't float or not. One of the things that can happen is that, you get a little bit of flooding waters. I forget what part of the engine it is. I think it's your carburetor, your intake, or something like that. I don't know. I'm not a car expert by any means, but sometimes it can stop your engine dead. So there you are, just sitting in the floodwaters as they're rising, and that forces you to get out of your car. I would suggest, if that is the case, I would try to stay in your car as long as possible and get on the roof if you can, instead of trying to swim through the waters. So once you get caught up in those floodwaters, you got all that debris floating around, and then it's going to cut you up. And then before you know it, you're going to have some issues. Yeah, latest scan on this storm right now in Iowa. I'm just checking in with just because there's no one live covering it, but yeah, I'm seeing a couple areas of circulation. I think our main area of circulation would most likely be in this area here. That is a little bit side lobe contaminated, so I'm not sure how legitimate that is. It's not looking like too organized of a storm, but I would still be in your safe spots there and walking here in Iowa. Yeah. A lot of people listen. I mean, you don't see that many people drive through floodwaters. It's only the people that without the brain cells that do that, like the deep floodwaters. And the ones that are even stupider than that are the ones that sit there, watch the person drive through floodwaters, and then proceeds to drive through the floodwater themselves. Because when the first person drives through, that should be when it clicks. Oh, that's deep floodwater. Probably shouldn't drive through that. But then they see it, and then they do it afterwards. I think, yeah, you're definitely maxing out on the dumb scale there. Look at the camera. Yeah, the camera's going pretty crazy down here in near Folly. Lots of sideways wind or rain, but that's about all we can see. Other than that, not really sure what's going on there. Yeah, on radar, we got a lot of rain moving in. No rotations there yet, but some of those rotations might come pretty close to this camera. Again, this camera is in Folly Beach. And that rain is not falling down, and I can tell you right now, this camera is not sideways. It's the rain that's moving sideways. Oh, we've all maxed out on the dumb scale before. It happens. Everybody makes mistakes, but if you're told about the mistakes you shouldn't make and you still make them, I guess that's up to you, but we're still not going to be happy about it. Tornado may be on the ground. Let me go check on that real quick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this area of circulation up there is an occluding circulation. That appears to be on the ground south of Hanover.
This tornado warning has been upgraded.
So just been upgraded there, south and west of Hanover. That's heading towards Lycurgus there in northeastern Iowa. We got a new tornado on the ground. Just make sure you guys are in your safe spots as that approaches Lycurgus. South of Hanover as well needs to be in their safe spots. You have a camera pulled up further inland. Can you send that to me, Ellie, on Twitter? I'll post my link in the chat. If you could send that to me, that'd be super helpful. I think I did that on the small radar. Did I do that on the small radar? I think I did it on the small radar. Let me do that on the big radar. Sorry. But yeah, that is definitely a, oh my gosh. Okay, we're going to start paying attention to this storm a little bit more here. That's a pretty deep debris ball there. Happening south and west of Hanover. I apologize for the folks there on the eastern coast. This is looking spicy and bad. If you live over there near Lycurgus, you guys need to be in your safe spots. That is a decently sized debris ball there approaching Lycurgus. You guys need to be in your safe spots. Here we go. Thumbnail getting all confusing again. Thank you, Todd, for the 2. Could this be Matthew 2.0? I'm not exactly sure yet. Oh man, that latest scan is bad. This is a larger tornado here, guys. Larger tornado here south of Hanover. You can even see it on the reflectivity starting to pop up there south of Hanover. That is pushing off to the east towards Lycurgus. You guys still need to be in your safe spots there as this approaches. This is a larger tornado right now. Yeah, it depends on what the velocities do. If we really see, yeah, that could go PDS there. This one actually might go PDS. That's a legitimate area of rotation. It's a clean scan here near Hanover. And we definitely got a large debris ball underneath that. That's heading directly towards Lycurgus. If you know anybody in Lycurgus, make sure you're calling them and letting them know they got a large tornado in progress heading towards them. Make sure that you guys are in the most interior room of your house, as many walls in between you and the outside as humanly possible, a tornado shelter or a basement that is underground. This is a serious situation here south of Hanover. That might go PDS, Warren. We'll keep an eye on it. That's a pretty large debris ball, not going to lie. Those are usually associated with the stronger tornadoes. Coming back over here to the East Coast, we're not forgetting about you guys. I promise. I'm sorry. I just know that there's no one covering it. So, I mean, if I knew Max was still alive, we wouldn't even be most likely talking about that. Um, but yeah, latest scans over here. Still seeing some areas of rotation out here. Most of them are relatively weak right now, but we're still watching all of them. They could start to rewrap back up, but it seems though we're getting a little bit of a break, which is kind of good timing for this tornado warning, to be honest, up in Iowa. So we'll keep coming back. We'll keep checking on it, and if we see any of those rotations looking spicy again, we'll come back down there and check out the rotations and let you know where it's going. Yeah, did Max eat some cheese curds? That's not good. Yeah, south of Hanover. Still a large debris ball in progress, heading towards Lycurgus. Directly towards Lycurgus. That is the path. There's not a cone of uncertainty. We're pretty certain that this is going to come very close to Lycurgus, unless this thing starts to do some loop-de-loops on us, which it can do that if it occludes, which is also a possibility here of it occluding, especially given the fact that it already appears to be occluding a little bit. So we could get a northerly jog eventually. That's going to be the only saving grace here for Lycurgus, but not necessarily a saving grace for the folks up there to the north. Yeah, latest scan here, not as strong rotation, but now we have another little area of circulation back over to the west, but that is out in the clear air, so that is most likely some sort of contamination there, but we'll keep an eye out for maybe a debris ball signature over there. Yeah, that's the latest there. Gonna check back over here, see if we have the latest scan out over here near Charleston. We do, yeah. This area right here is probably the one I'm most concerned about over here near Folly Beach. That's that camera right under me. That's located in Folly Beach. But it's not really on the strong side of things, but some of these things have been intensifying as they approach the shore. So if you live there in Folly Beach, just know that we're looking at it for you. We also got another couple of areas of circulation down here in this area to the north of Hilton Head, not going towards Hilton Head, more heading towards Fripp Island. That's a cool name. Hopefully that island doesn't get hit. Thank you, Hi Yes, for the $2. I appreciate that. See if we have the latest scan over here. We do. We still have a decently deep debris ball here. This is still on the ground, approaching Lycurgus. Something tells me we're getting that typical radar omega glitch there. Yeah, I mean on the storm relative velocities here, it's pretty clear what's going on. Strong area of circulation still in this area, and that debris ball is still ongoing there. Might just be under that criteria for a yeah, this is definitely some sort of contamination down here, but this right here might be just under that criteria for PDS. I mean, it seems to be on the larger side of tornadoes, but the rotation, the velocity couplet, the gate to gate here is not as concerning as it was. Probably right in here when it started, and then further down the line there, this was still a pretty strong tornado there. You know, if we got like a PDS here, you know, I would have understood it because that gate to gate was pretty high there. Also, it was pretty decently high here, but now it seems like it's getting a little bit, a little less strong. Hopefully, that continues to die off. But I mean, we still have a pretty deep debris ball signature. That could also be debris falling out of the sky. So we'll have to see. We'll keep an eye on it. All right, latest scan out here near the Charleston area. Yeah, we do have the latest velocity scan out here, and you know, still, I think the most concerning areas of rotation are continuing to be down here. But even when we go to the storm relative here, you can see they're not particularly strong at this moment, but they could try to re-intensify as they get closer to land. So we're still keeping an eye on that possibility. Up here, further to the north, these storms are struggling to get their acts together. You can see they're not looking as supercellular as they were earlier today. So it does kind of seem like these storms are kind of falling apart here for the Charleston region. A lot of rain is about to move into your area, though. We're about to get a lot of storms kind of train over the same area, and then we're eventually going to have some more storms firing down in this region, which we're already starting to see. And those will eventually make it up in the Charleston area over there near to the north of Hilton Head, where we're going to continue to see some of that rainfall pile up there. Definitely could see some decent flooding if that continues, especially with the storm seemingly trying to stall out there. Been a very rough few days. Yeah, it's been a long couple of days for sure. Yeah, still waiting on the latest scans here for Iowa. We'll sit here and wait for it. You're right under the storm. Understandable. Just make sure that you are in your safe spots if you're right under the storm, please. Thank you so much for covering Debbie. I was texting my family, keeping them updated. They're around Charleston. Thank you so much. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, still debris ball ongoing here. Heading towards Lycurgus. Let's see if that velocity couplet kind of moves over into that region. What is Michigan looking like tomorrow? Shouldn't be that bad. Rain, thunder, maybe a severe storm here and there. We're not talking about anything super serious. Let me just double check the latest SPC, though. Haven't really had a whole lot of time to be looking at the severe weather in the country. Yeah, there's going to be a marginal risk out there. There's a tornado risk tomorrow for Ohio and Pennsylvania, over there near like Cleveland and Pittsburgh, but it's on the low end of tornado risks. Most likely won't see anything, but might be something we monitor tomorrow, given the fact that the tornado risk tomorrow for South Carolina should be a lot lower than what it is today. Yeah, still waiting for that latest velocity scan to come in. Yeah, and Lycurgus still needs to be in their safe spots. It seems to be a pretty low populated region of Iowa for now. And given just the kind of look to this storm at the moment, it'll be interesting to see if it continues here, or if this occluding kind of almost looks like a what is that called? A bookend vortex almost, or just it's either a bookend kind of vortex or it's a kind of occluding circulation there off to the north. Do we have that new velocity? Yeah, there it is. Okay, yeah. So the newest velocity on this storm is indicating that we are starting to see a significant weakening of that circulation.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
We are starting to see that debris start to spread out here north of Waukon. Again, this is in northern Iowa. I know my thumbnail is showing. The East Coast. Yeah, this is still observed here, heading towards Lansing, Waterville, and Harpers Ferry, but I think we're seeing that tornado lift right now. But we're going to have to monitor for new circulations to form along this area. So continue to stay in your safe spots there. All right, let's come back over to here. There's actually a decent little area of circulation starting to form over here. We also got a little bit of rotation approaching Fripp Island as well. That is the latest. This is the view out of Folly Beach, if I can remember which camera I put up here. Yeah. Did I get the camera links? Let me see. Unless you added me on them. Oh, you did add me on them. Okay. Yeah, north of Folly Beach. Yeah, I see those cameras now. Yeah, a little bit further inland in Folly Beach, there's some decent cameras. So if we have to track any circulations here, we have Folly Beach pretty much covered. That island is uninhabited. Okay, thank you for the information. Yeah, I'm really hoping that flooding threat is less than what's expected. That's the hope. Again, the floods aren't guaranteed. No forecast is ever guaranteed, so it's not a guarantee, but it's something definitely that I really do think folks should continue to be watching out for, those flood waters increasing out there, just in case stuff starts to hit the fan. Yeah, we got a new, oh man, look at this. They're bringing the pink back a little bit more on this map, and that's 20 to 30 inches of rain. And you see where it's located. That's directly over Charleston. So watch out there. 16 to 30 inches of rain is going to be possible in and around the Charleston region. That's bad. Hey, thank you, Wizard, for the 10. I do appreciate that. Oops. We got a new... Hold on. My tornado is still on the screen there. There we go. Now you guys can see it better. Sorry about that. Okay, the pink is directly over Charleston now. And then we're getting closer and closer. I still think it could shift around a little bit, but they are saying forecasting 20 to 30 inches of rain for the Charleston area. Might be the hot spot, unfortunately. And that's going to start today and continue into tomorrow and the next day. See how much rain y'all have picked up so far already today. Yeah, starting to pick up a little bit there. Yeah, we're starting to see those reds start to approach. We're almost to 4 inches. Yeah, just north of Charleston, we got 4 inches of rain now. All right, let's go check back over here really quick. Yeah, a new area of circulation is trying to form here in this region. No new tornado on the ground, but we're keeping an eye on it. Harpers Ferry, Lynxville still needs to be in their safe spots there in Iowa. It's in northeastern Iowa. I think I'm pretty confident that the tornado has lifted there, so we're going to go back the title back to where it is. We'll probably keep the title as it is, just so, as my main focus here was to cover Debbie all the way through. It's about to be tomorrow on the East Coast. Yeah, it is. Yep. 2 more minutes until it's tomorrow. Or technically today. But it's going to be tomorrow for me because you guys are an hour ahead. Took that measurement from the top of your house. Oh, geez. Lynxville is in Wisconsin. Gotcha. Cantori has been in Charleston all day. That's never good. Yeah, you never want Jim Cantori in your area. When Jim Cantori's there, you know something's about to go down. Stuart, Florida. I don't think Stuart, Florida got hit too bad. All right, check on these latest rotations out here. Yeah, still good to go. We still got a couple of couplets trying to make it on the land, but they're still relatively weak right now. None of them are really showing that strong of rotation at this moment. Still seeing some stronger circulations out to sea, though, but at least as of the last 30 minutes or so, we've been back in that older pattern on where we're not getting those circulations make it to land, but we're going to see if we're going to revert back to there. I will say these supercells here seem to be a little bit more organized, at least on reflectivity, so we might start to see those rotations pick back up. We'll see. Definitely keeping a close eye on them. Further down to the south, we still got some gustier winds here with the storm. Looks like it's starting to move a little bit again. It did look like it was stalled for a bit, but it is starting to trek up to the north just a little bit. You can see this band moves a little bit further to the north there, so it's like we're starting to get a little bit more movement again. According to the Weather Channel, Jim Cantori is in Charleston. Gotcha. Cows come down. It's time to go. Why does that sound like it could be a song? When the cows come down, you know it's time to go. Tornado warning for a road. Definitely sounds like a country song. Let's check back up here. Yeah, looks like the new area circulation's kind of died off. It's mainly becoming outflow dominant here in Iowa. Once that really transitions to an outflow dominant storm, hopefully that tornado threat will start to take a break here for you folks. Another area of circulation with broad circulation up here as well, but that one also appears to be outflow dominant, but can't completely rule out a tornado for that storm up further north. It seems like the tornado watch has expired for most folks. The only people that are still in the tornado watch are Hinesville, Savannah, Beaufort, and Charleston here. Google Maps is showing the Waffle House is closed. In Charleston? That's also a bad sign. Yeah, latest scans near Folly Beach do have some circulations coming ashore. This camera's not overly helpful here. So let me go ahead and switch over to one of these traffic cams. I think we'll get a better view with the traffic cam. They're pretty high definition. That one's struggling. I thought that was the one I just clicked on. Try to get the one with the best lit view. Okay, this is the best one right here. A couple of circulations coming into Folly Beach now. We'll see if we see anything further inland here. We are looking for power flashes. Is there a storm in Myrtle Beach? Not yet. It's just some rain. Yeah, screw having a forecast. You guys don't need meteorologists anymore. Weathermen are in the past. All you need to know is if the Waffle House is open and is Jim Cantori in your city. That's how you know. It's the newest weather index, 100% accurate. The cam next to that has an even better view. Like further back. Oh wow. Man, if this thing could just stay in the light mode, that'd be helpful. Let me see. We'll check the other camera here. This one back here. Oh yeah, you're right. This one has the best view, definitely. Yeah, look at that rain stream in here. You see it moving across the road there pretty well. Starting to kick off here in Savannah. Yeah, those winds are going to start to pick up. That center of the storm is getting pretty close to Savannah area. That northern part. So the winds are going to start to pick up and also that storm surge as well. I don't think that was a power flash. That was most likely some lightning back in there. Yeah, we don't have any strong circulations near this cam right now, so I don't think that was a power flash. Yeah, if Jim Cantori's in the Waffle House, if Jim Cantori is outside of a closed Waffle House, it's time to evacuate. It's time to evacuate. An apocalypse is coming if that's the case. In Iowa, you don't have Waffle House? Oh no. How will you know what's going to happen in the weather without a Waffle House? Still some pretty strong winds here picking up. Again, this is just to the south of Charleston here, near Folly Beach. We're watching these broader circulations come in. This one south of Folly Beach is probably our stronger circulation, but as of right now, I don't think it's concerning enough to warrant a tornado warning at this moment. Whoa. A little bit of rotation here with this storm. Now over land. They might throw a warning on that one. Near Scott, that would be heading towards Beaufort. Keep an eye on that one too, each scan. Let's go check back over here towards Rhode Island, the land of the Waffle House lists. Yeah, it seems like this thing is becoming fully outflow dominant. I'd be surprised if they issued a new tornado warning, to be honest. Folly Beach is a nice beach. I've never been. I've been to Myrtle Beach before. That place is nice. I love me some Myrtle Beach. And also a little added benefit. Apparently a lot of women with French accents from Quebec go to Myrtle Beach. When I was younger, I thought that was just the coolest thing. For no reason in particular. I went there when I was like 14, 15 with my friend. And it was, I don't know if that's what happens all the time, but like it seemed like every other girl we talked to had a French accent. That was pretty cool. We were definitely doing the voulez-vous line to them as a joke. Really bad joke when you look back to it. But we were 15. We were being young and dumb. Yeah, right here in that area, another little area of circulation. Still watching these guys here. I mean, not really associated with too much precipitation, but they're a little bit behind. A little bit behind the curve there. So we got to wait for that to catch back up. Where's Beaufort? It's right here. Beaufort's right in this area. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, the rain's definitely picking up for Charleston, and also the wind. Could have up to 60-mile-per-hour winds within these storms as well. Kind of on the northern side. That would be heading into the southern side of Charleston right now. Probably getting pretty gusty there. And in fact, what we can technically do here, which we probably should have done a while ago, is checking on those conditions in Charleston. Now that we're starting to get some storms in the area, because we do have some traffic cams in the Charleston region. Got one right here. If you live in Charleston, you probably recognize this area just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, it's Beaufort. Is that how you say it? We'll head out to sea. It's looking like pretty soon. Center circulation should be close to sea by 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. And it's making that way. It's making its way over there. Oh, Beaufort. Like that? Beaufort. Like Beaufort? Isn't that what I was saying? No, I was saying Beaufort. Beaufort. Like P-U-Fort. Right? Stanky Town. Just kidding. Buford. Gotcha, gotcha. Hey, thank you, Zinthroth, for gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much. Everybody say thank you to Zinthroth if you get that any of those memberships. You spend his hard-earned cash, you can get a free membership to the channel, which comes with pretty much 0 benefits. I'm not gonna lie. It's mainly just a way for you to support the channel monthly that is beyond donating. We should do more members only streams, but I cannot think of for the life of me of something to do. I've kind of given up on my making music for my stream project. I always struggle with that kind of stuff. I don't know what to do other than cover weather. It's kind of my entire personality. Probably wouldn't be that fun to hang out with. I'm good at jokes though, so I do have that going for me. And still keeping up with this area of a rotation here near Beaufort. Go check back over there in Iowa. Got a feeling this tornado warning's about to expire, unless there's some new rotation. It might be trying to wrap up a little bit here near Harper's Ferry. It's a little bit on the weaker side, but that might just be enough for them to extend it. If they do, it's going to be for areas like Seneca, Lynxville, Steuben, Eastman, and that's going to be out of Iowa and into Wisconsin.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
All right, well, there it is. New tornado warning has been issued here for Lynxville, Seneca, Eastman, Steuben, Wazeeka, and Bell Center. All need to be in their safe spots here. We do got an area of rotation trying to reform on this storm. Can't rule out a tornado with it. It was pretty outflow dominant a moment ago, but it seems to be trying to reorganize. So continue to be in your safe spots there as that approaches. Good night, Deborah. Thanks for tuning in. What app is this? This is Radar Omega right now. Yeah, if we do get any more rotations onto shore with any of these supercells, it's almost a guarantee now that Charleston will be in a tornado warning. We got an area of circulation here to the south, another one to the south or to the west of that. Still not that strong of rotation, though, so. Saw like quick power flashes on the camera in Beaufort on US 21 bridge, and now that camera is down. Huh. You check radar. Not seeing a debris ball. There is an area of circulation. Was it this bridge here or this bridge? If it was this bridge near Riverwind, that either it was some stronger winds or that might have been the beginning of a tornado. And that might line up there pretty well. Let's see what the next scan says. It sent me some damage. Let me check that out. Looks like Samuel sent it to me first. Yeah, I'm retweeting something on Twitter here. Samuel just sent it in. So did RG5. Thank you for that. Got some damage out of Kiowa. There was a debris ball evident on radar at 10:58. And now there are pictures starting to come in of some of that damage. Looks like a lot of trees kind of snapped in half. Yeah, lots of tree damage out there in Kiowa. Will Debbie hit New York or Connecticut? I mean, define hit. Will it bring some gustier winds? Most likely. Maybe some stronger waves. Tornado threat, most likely not. But if it does do this trajectory, then yeah, you guys could maybe get some stronger winds up there. But it won't be a tropical system at that time. It'll be a post-tropical system. It is in the realm of possibilities. I will say that cone of uncertainty, though, is a lot larger than that little line kind of indicates there. Yeah, still a decent little area of circulation here south of Lynxville. Still not seeing a new debris ball, but keeping an eye on that as that pushes off to the east towards Steuben and Eastman. Thank you, Bacon Whiskey, for the 5. Tornadoes during a hurricane, not funny. Yeah, not funny at all, man. Especially when they do damage like what we're seeing in Kiowa. Not as bad as Beryl, though. With Beryl, we had a legit tornado outbreak. Yeah, still seeing a decent area of circulation here south of Charleston. Still no debris ball, but this one is intensifying here near James Island. Let me see if we got any cameras out in that direction. We might set up here a little bit earlier. A little bit earlier just so we're prepared to move around if need be. And we know there's one. Yeah, there is a camera here. It's about as close as we'll be able to get to that circulation. Might see something. We'll see. We'll keep an eye on it. Home damage photos. From where? Amber? All right, yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to bounce back in between. I was thinking about doing the same thing though, just covering down here, but 'cause I thought somebody I knew was still alive covering Iowa, but we kind of changed up a little bit now that I know that no one's live on YouTube over there. Just to make sure everybody's got coverage on their favorite platforms. Because here you can ask questions. Can ask questions to the TV. In fact, they say if you ask a question to a TV, you get a commercial. What is that? That's near a bridge. You might be onto something. Ellie, did you happen to record that power flash? Is that in the clear air? Hold on. That's in the clear air, I think. Man, does that look like a debris ball, though? Let me check this on not smoothed here, just to make sure. 1108. Man, that looks like a debris ball. 29 dBZs. Not quite high enough. That could be a little bit of a tornado there. Not really a velocity coupling in that region. Some stronger winds, maybe. Some sort of like trees getting lofted, or maybe like a brief and extremely weak tornado there. It's hard to tell. I mean, it looks like a debris ball to me, but the reflectivity over it, it's just not really lining up that great with that rotation couplet. So if I were to guess, it's probably not a tornado, but definitely interesting that you saw a power flash and the power went out near one of those bridges. And then all of a sudden we see that debris ball thing. Not saying it's a tornado, but definitely interesting. Man, that rotation near Charleston starting to look a little bit more concerning.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
New tornado warning has been issued, and that's for this rotation here near Charleston. And that latest scan is not looking good. Riverland Terrace, Parkdale, Carolina Bay, Colonial Guard needs to be in their safe spots. This thing could be about to drop a tornado. We have a camera right here near Parkdale. I think that's where it is. Let me double check. That was the camera we were looking at. If I can remember which view it's on here. Not that one's this one. Oh wow, big lightning bolt there. Let me see. Let me just double check where this is located real quick. There's that area of rotation. Yeah, it's right near that highway. So yeah, we're gonna come pretty close. I don't think it's gonna go directly over the camera here. But it's gonna come close enough. We might be able to see something in the distance, like a power flash or something. Right in there, there's our area of rotation. Also noticing another one over here near Hollywood. There we go. This camera's kind of close. We might see something. And if we see anything, it's probably going to be a power flash. I don't think that rotation is going to go directly over the camera. It seems like it's kind of diving a little bit more to the. Yeah, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. If it does drop a tornado, it's gonna come like 2 miles from this camera. So we might see a power flash in the distance. The camera is right here in this area near Parkdale, just down the line of this circulation. Thank you, Bill, for the 5. You sent me a camera with an excellent view in Charleston. Let me see. Oh, it's a college camera too. That's perfect. We'll keep it. We'll bring this one up here. We can use this. This is out of Charleston. We're watching for power flashes in the distance here. It's a college cam here near the College of Charleston. Looking for flashes of green in the distance, emanating from the ground. I can't tell if there's a tornado on the ground via radar just yet. Not seeing a debris ball, but sometimes we catch them on these cams before the radar does. And we might get another tornado warning over here near Ravenel, too. That rotation continues to get a little bit stronger. Does anybody know what direction this camera is facing? I think we're going to switch back and forth between our traffic cam and here. Our traffic cam is going to come pretty close to this thing. So I think I'm going to watch the traffic cam first. If we don't, and we'll just keep, switching back and forth to see if we see any power flashes. As that rotation approaches, we're probably going to switch to the traffic cam on the closest approach here. Yeah, I mean, the traffic. Oh, what was that? Was that a power flash? Oh, man, that's going to go directly over the. It's taking a northern turn, and it's getting stronger. Was that a power flash? No debris ball yet. Did that emanate from the ground, or was that a lightning bolt? I only caught it out of the corner of my eye, but there was a flash in there. We might have a tornado on the ground here, folks. And that would indicate that this camera is pointed in that right direction. This is about to go right over the camera. Hold on. Let's go back over to here. This is located right in the path of this tornado. We're going to go for a 0-meter intercept. There's where the camera is. There's where the rotation is. It's about to go right over. Again, Carolina Bay, Colonial Grand at Cypress Cove needs to still be in their safe spots. It's about to cross over 17 here in a little bit. We're about to see it cross 17 right now. See if we can see anything definite here with this camera. If there's a power flash, and that would mean that this is on the
A new
ground.
tornado warning has been issued.
New tornado warning has been issued. That's going to be in Wisconsin. If you live in Grant County and Richland County, you guys need to be in your safe spots. We are a little bit preoccupied here. And it should be directly over this camera by now. Oh, and this camera is 2 minutes behind, by the way. So for the livest view, it's probably this one here. Yeah, apparently this camera is lagged behind by 2 minutes. Actually, more than 2 minutes. Like 5 minutes. So it might be a little while. So let's check on this camera, see if we can see any more power flashes. Time just went backwards. Okay, well then maybe that time's not accurate. And that circulation should have passed over the camera by now. And Carolina Bay, Colonial Grand still needs to be in their safe spots. This thing is close to producing a tornado here. It's why we're hyper-focused on this storm. This is a little bit of a wider view. Oh, this camera just went down. Uh-oh. And that velocity signature just got a little bit stronger. Right in there, still no debris ball, but that might be on the ground, folks. Near Carolina Bay and Colonial Grand at Cypress Cove, you need to be in your safe spots. This is a serious situation. We've got a decent area of circulation with this storm that could be producing a tornado as we speak. But the camera went down here. Oh, nope, it's back. It is back. It didn't knock out power. That rotation is right on the cusp. That's about as strong as you can get without a tornado. Yeah, storm relative, man. This is so close. If this doesn't produce a tornado, I'm going to be very thankful. Let's check here. Should have made a close pass to here. But it does seem like Bill, just figure out which one's facing towards the storm and then send me that one. Yeah, it seems like this one is still behind here. So in the next minute or two, that would be when this thing made the closest approach. So we still got a minute or two. Oh, power flash. I think that was a power flash. That seemed like it came from the ground. Watch behind those buildings back there. This might be on the ground. On here, sorry about that. Still waiting on that latest information. Still no debris ball. Oh, there goes our power, or there goes the camera again. Let's come back to here. There's still no debris ball on radar. I still can't confirm 100%. Oh, this camera went down at 12:13. Seems like this camera went down. Let's see if we can get a refresh on it. Check the camera to its over here. See if what this one's showing. This is recent. Right near that area of circulation too. Man, that's looking strong on velocities. Again, if you live in Colonial Grand, Cypress Cove, this is heading right into you. This thing is probably right on the cusp here of producing a tornado. Yeah, it looks like this camera went down, folks. Try to do a refresh. Yep, it's down. Okay, this camera is now down as well. Okay, you had a bunch of cameras going down. We saw power flashes. This thing might be on the ground. It's just not showing up. Yeah, that one's gone. That one's gone. We've lost power for a pretty big area. I think this thing is on the ground right now, folks. Okay, here's another one. No EMS reports yet. Strong area circulation, though. I would be very surprised if that was not on the ground at this moment. Let's come back over to here, the big view. That's some pretty strong rotation in there. Right there. Still waiting that latest debris ball scan. Be very thankful if we don't see a blue dot pop up here. Oh boy. Yeah, just be in your safe spots. No, it's not confirmed. We're just seeing a lot of signs that it could be on the ground here. Okay, I think this camera might be back. It is back. Keep an eye out for those power flashes. We just keep seeing power flashes. We see strong rotation, and our cams are going down in the region, which indicates to me that this thing could be on the ground, just not showing up on radar yet. But it should show up by the next scan if it is. It's still not. Okay, the latest scan just came in. Still no debris ball. We're getting lucky here, folks. If that's not on the ground, we're getting lucky. Yeah, still a decent area of rotation. They're probably going to extend this warning if I had to guess. And that would probably be for Forest Hill, Glen Terrace, Sprucewood, Crestwood, and Ladson. Power lines down. Power lines being reported down.
Has been issued.
Thank you, Steve Ward, for EF3 becoming an EF3 members. EMS reports coming in. What are they saying? Oh, power flash. Car stopping. There might be a tornado back in there. Car stopped on this bridge and a power flash just happened here. It still says radar indicated, but I'm thinking this thing is on the ground. We just saw power flash and we got cars stopped here, which usually indicates that something is happening. Oh, something else on the left side there. It might have been rain, though. That first one was definitely a power flash, though. Oh, wait, is that it on the right side? There's something moving on the right side. I can't tell. That could be a water droplet. Could be a water droplet. I mean, I'm not seeing a debris ball, though, still, so... We're hearing EMS reports that this is on the ground. Still no debris ball, but it would not surprise me, again, if this thing is on the ground and we're just not seeing debris getting lofted in the air. I mean, we have strong circulation with this storm. As of our latest scans here, I mean, that's decently strong. Try messing with the contrast. I don't think we'd have a view of it anymore. It's probably well past the road. Might try to see if we still got maybe a view on here. Maybe off in the distance, we'll see a power flash. But again, Ladson, let's come back over to full screen. Huntley Park, Forest Hill, Sprucewood, Crestwood, Canaan, Twin Lakes, Lincolnville, Centerville, and Ladson all need to be in their safe spots here, as this storm still has strong circulation with it. We're hearing some reports that people are saying that it's on the ground. like EMS reports, but we haven't been able to confirm it on radar. But just based off of what we've seen a couple power flashes on a couple of these different cameras. This could be on the ground, just not lofting debris enough for us to see it. But that correlation coefficient should be popping up here. I don't know why it wouldn't show up. Are we over like a river or something? We might. No, it wouldn't. I mean, that would have started in a pretty populated area. I don't know. Is that another flash? It could have been. Either that or some lightning. I wasn't looking at it, so I couldn't tell if it was emanating from the ground or not. Might try to see if we got any other cameras closer by. This one should be getting outpaced by it. Yeah, unless we got one just facing that way. Yeah, this one would have seen it from a distance. But it's facing west. So yeah, that most likely it. As it passed to the east of that road, maybe one of these. Could see it down the line, maybe. Get a west-facing one from here, yeah. Might be able to see a power flash in the distance from this one. We'll keep an eye on it. Let's see if they're... I still don't have the latest scans just yet. Yeah, latest velocity scans. Still a decent area of circulation. We'll see if a debris ball pops up. But, I mean, if a debris ball never pops up on radar, we cannot confirm it 100%. Just based off of what we've seen, we either have very strong winds or strong enough winds to cause power outages with this storm or a tornado. But if I never see a debris ball, I can't officially confirm it. Oh, yeah. Yeah, new area of rotation now just off of the coast of Beaufort near Fripp's Island. Watch out there in Fripp Island. That could be about to impact you guys. If that continues just like that, we'll probably see a tornado warning in a little bit there. Yeah, still don't have the latest... Yeah, still no debris ball. I don't know.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
A new tornado warning has been issued. We'll see where that goes. I'm assuming it's going to be for this one. That is in South Carolina, so it has to be down here, yeah. So they issued a new tornado warning for this storm here. That's going to be for Port Royal, Beaufort, Fripp Island, Nautical, Watch Villas, Frogmore, and Scott all need to be in their safe spots there. So now we have 2 tornado warnings here in South Carolina. Oh my gosh. I put the wrong freaking state in my title like a dummy. Apologize for that. It's been a long day. A very long day. Yeah, this rotation's getting is pretty intense down there. Definitely got to keep a close eye on that. Still no debris ball. That rotation does seem to be getting a little bit weaker here. I'm still not seeing any new power flashes either on this new cam. I don't know. Charleston Fire Department on the scanner is going crazy with a bunch of calls. I think I still have that up, actually. Let me see if I got it up. Yeah, let me unmute this.
0028.
Dispatch ladder 70. I'm sorry, ladder 702.
Ladder 702. Ladder 702.
Yes, ma'am. Can you mark us a ticket for a service call at 36 Burroughs Hall?
Hey, this rotation's getting a little bit stronger here.
G1401, Risky 1401.
A little bit stronger as that approaches the coast. Make sure you're in your safe spots there in Fripp Island. Up here near Charleston,
Battalion Chief
Still on a weakening trend.
going up the Fishing Creek with it.
Still no debris ball, but Lincolnville and Ladson still need to be in their safe spots. Sprucewood, Crestwood, and Salisbury Acres as well. New area of circulation coming a little bit closer to Charleston. Gonna have to watch this area too.
97 Appian Way. Alarm. Charlie response. Incident channel 4. Engine 2.
I'll mute it there because that I don't know what those mean. Those call outs. Can I turn them up?
40029.
Is that better? I mean, that's about as loud as it'll go.
Engine 2.
Definitely seeing debris near Steuben. I mean, is that up here? Yeah, no debris on this, at least according to that radar. Check on here. Yeah, no definite debris with this, but Boscobel, Fenimore, and Muskota here in Wisconsin still need to be in their safe spots as that approaches.
Company 191 Kings.
I'm going to wait until the calls actually come in there. We'll see if we have, I mean, if we get a lot of damage reports out of there, that might have just been a tornado that just wasn't causing a debris ball, which happens every now and then, but usually that doesn't happen. That's a little bit odd.
Kings.
Still going. Jeez Louise. Check all the radars in the area. Yeah, I don't know if you can call that a debris ball or not. I mean, it kind of looks like something in there. Could also be hail. Kind of seems like there might be hail in there. It's definitely a little couplet in there underneath that debris signature. It's just it's too messy of a signal. This is our closest radar, and there's no debris ball on this radar. So I would trust this radar the most. We're just not seeing anything there, but I would still be in your safe spots. There is a decent area of rotation here in Wisconsin, approaching Boscobel and the Fenimore. How much longer is North Charleston under a tornado threat? As long as these cells continue to produce rotation. Yeah, latest scan up here, still not seeing a debris ball with this storm. Seems like that rotation is still going, though. It's not completely gone just yet, but it's definitely on the weaker side of the rotation scale. But it's, I mean, it's still got a decent area of circulation. Latest scan for this storm, it is now making landfall here in Fripp Island. Still continue to be in your safe spots. We'll know if Fripp Island was hit by a tornado if we see that debris ball pop up on this side of the island. In terms of rotation, storm relative is showing a decent area of circulation there in Fripp Island. So please continue to be in your safe spots. It's going to be over you here in the next couple of seconds. Again, just a quick reminder for all the folks watching, a safe spot is the lowest, most interior portion of your house. As many walls between you and the outside as humanly possible. A tornado shelter or a basement that's underground. No, Hilton Head Island, I think is pretty good right now. We haven't seen tornado warnings along these storms the entire night, but we're still keeping an eye on it. Hey, thank you, Steve Ward, for gifting 5 memberships. I do appreciate that very much. Thank you. Yeah, possible water spout turn tornado. Yeah, that's what's happening here in Fripp Island. We'll see though if it's actually going to cause damage by looking for that debris ball, which is why I'm not overly confident that this was a tornado, even though we're getting a lot of EMS reports.
That's a negative. It's going to be a tree on the roadway.
And we got a tree on the roadway.
10-4.
Just reported. So we do have trees down.
176 Goose Creek.
10-4, 10-4.
BLS 81, engine 201, 4501 Holmes Avenue. Trick accident. Incident channel EMS ops.
Also, a traffic accident was just reported there.
Engine 201, 4501 Holmes Avenue, Cross Street.
Holmes Avenue,
Bravo
Cross Street.
Street. Traffic accident.
Traffic accident. So, all right, latest scan. That rotation is now directly over Fripp Island. Still no debris ball, but remember, that's going to pop up on the next scan if this thing did cause damage there in Fripp Island. That's still a decent velocity couplet there. I wouldn't be overly surprised if there was a debris ball popping up after that, but fingers crossed that is not the case. Definitely don't want to see another island get hit by a tornado here. Already have one. This radar has missed a lot of CCs today. It's possible.
Preventing us from getting into the building. We're going to be attempting gain access, so we made contact with a key holder.
Dispatch 81 is EMS needed for Holmes Ave.
What's going on over there?
35 Charlie, engine 702, 3310 Coon Hollow, breathing problems. Incident channel EMS off.
Someone's having breathing problems.
5 Charlie.
The guy said for a brief moment there that something was blocking him from getting into a building. Which might be an indication of some heavier damage, but I didn't catch enough of what he said to know for sure. Okay, we got the latest velocity scan. It's now off, kind of on the back side of this island. And we're watching for that new correlation coefficient down here to be able to confirm whether or not this is on the ground heading towards Port Royal or Beaufort. We'll see. It's not quite in yet. Let's come back up to here. Yeah, this rotation's getting a lot weaker here, south and west of Lincolnville. Still keeping still looking at it, but definitely on the weaker side. It seems to be losing its rotation the further it goes into land here. Yeah, still no new debris ball scan. Again, if we see a blue dot pop up here, that means tornado. So let's just kind of wait here for it. Should pop up here any moment now. No, it's Beaufort, apparently. Yeah, there's trees down on roadways. That's the main reports that we're getting out.
Key holder here.
I copy. Stand by. I'll try to call him back.
2, 1379 Fairfield Avenue. Service call. Incident channel 4. 12, 1379 Fairfield Avenue. Cross Streets. Eastwood Drive and Bryan Road. Service call. Incident channel 4. 0.
I'm sure those numbers mean stuff, but I just don't know what they mean. He's still waiting on that debris ball scan to come in. It still hasn't come in.
Engine 102 dispatcher.
Engine 102.
Yes, ma'am. We're on scene. 3-story taxpayer, not insurance time. Engine 102 will be out investigated both crew 3. This will be King Street Command. You have a key holder on file?
Y'all catch what he said?
11. Can y'all run up to Savannah Oaks and see if you can get a visual on the Charlie side of the structure? Just to confirm you don't see anything back there.
Weather Channel was reporting from the waterfront in Beaufort earlier. Okay, gotcha. Still waiting on that latest debris ball scan. I thought it would come in quicker, but it kind of hasn't. Still hasn't come in. I mean, this will tell us if there's a tornado on if the tornado went through Frips or not. I'm tired of waiting for it, though. I do want to keep current on some of these other rotations. This one down here near Charleston is still a little bit on the broad side, still keeping an eye on it, just in case it does try to strengthen, kind of like this one did. This one is still on the dying side, but it's still approaching Sprucewood. Still want Sprucewood, Crestwood, Salisbury Acre, Twin Lakes, and Can-An to continue to be in their safe spots. That's the call number for reports purposes. Gotcha. Originally said a tree on a structure trying to contact key holder. Okay, so there's a tree on a structure. So continued reports of trees down. Okay, well, we didn't get the scan we wanted because I wanted the scan that was supposed to come out at 11:37, but it skipped 11:37 and went straight to 11:40. So we didn't get the scan we needed here, but it does seem like there is maybe some debris fallout still. Maybe some debris fallout. So maybe Fripp's Island got hit by a tornado. It's hard to tell. It would have been easier to tell if we would have got that scan at 11:37, but we didn't get it. We didn't get it. We got 11:40. So we missed some key info. You can really tell that that signature as well is in that clear air. So I can't tell you for certain. Unfortunately, I wish we would have got that scan in the right time, but it skipped it. I don't know why it decided to skip that scan out of all the other ones.
And cross streets. 526 West.
Any for Daniel Island and Charleston? We're watching a couple of circulations. We got one like near the Charleston area that we're keeping an eye on. It's not strong enough yet to concern me. We're not seeing debris balls under it or, strong rotation. And it's now almost completely, it's pretty much over or near Daniel Island. I'm actually seeing the place that you were talking about. It's near Daniel Island right now. But we don't really know what the current strength of that rotation is because we haven't gotten that latest scan. Well, it looks like this radar is struggling a little bit again. Any cams in the area? Yeah, we do have cams in this area. We could, oh yeah, this rotation's actually starting to deepen a little bit here near Daniel Island. I actually want to get a view on that. Let's do that really quick. If that deepens anymore, we might get another tornado warning. So that would be one of these. Area of rotation's about to go directly over this camera. We'll keep an eye on it. Let me refill my water real quick. Give me a second. I'm gonna zoom out on the radar here so you guys can see it while it'll only take me like a couple of seconds here. Let me know if y'all see power flashes. All right, I'm back. Y'all see any power flashes? Oh wow, those winds are picking up. I'll tell you what. The camera's starting to shake a little bit. Doesn't mean that there's a tornado, but interesting to see the winds pick up that much. Yeah, look at those winds move across the road there a little bit. That's this area of rotation. That's getting pretty. They might issue a tornado warning. That could be the beginning of something there. Let me line that up. And that's in the inflow of the storm, most likely. I don't think that's a tornado just yet. A decent. They're probably about to warn that, and that would be there for like Hanahan there. I mean, that rotation just went right over this cam. This is looking northeast of Charleston. Okay, that's perfect. Let me see if I can get that camera up here. Some pretty strong winds there. So we got another camera here looking northeast out of Charleston.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
There's that tornado warning for Hanahan, Ladson, and Mount Holly. You guys need to be in your safe spots here. Now have 3 tornado warnings in South Carolina. That's some pretty decent rotation. About to cross over 528. I mean, this camera's right here. Sorry, I'm having trouble with that link, Bill. I'm watching it on the other side here. If I see anything, I'll go to the view. Alerts just went off here. Yeah, we got a tornado warning here up there near Charleston, northeast Charleston. This one back here has a little bit of circulation, but it's pretty broad. I don't think we're going to get a tornado out of that. But this one over here could definitely produce a tornado there. And then this one down here we're watching closely. Yeah, decent little area of circulation still with this storm heading towards Frogmore. Waiting on that latest debris ball scan. That could very well be on the ground there heading towards Frogmore and Beaufort. Watch out. Yeah, our scans are coming in at different times. It's making reading this radar a little bit more difficult, but a debris ball is pretty obvious usually. All right, let me try to get this website up here. So I gotta go like this. Delete. Okay. And we gotta go like this. Copy. This. Paste. Just like that. There we go. So this is looking northeast out of Charleston here from the College of Charleston. The tornado drops. We should be able to see a power flash in the distance. Yep, the tornado on the ground here in South Carolina. Tornado on the ground in South Carolina. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, all these scans are coming in at different times. This one's 11:48. This one is 11:45, but that's a tornado on the ground there. They're heading towards Frogmore. Frogmore, you need to be in your safe spots. That is a tornado down in South Carolina. There's street cams there. Where? Is that? Beaufort. Yeah, there's one in Beaufort itself. If this tracks into pretty much, if this tracks near that bridge, which I don't know, it's on 21. So yeah, that would be right here. If it tracks here, we'll be able to see it. It's going to come pretty close to that. So yeah, we might. Okay, let's come back over to here. I'm getting a little bit overwhelmed trying to find all these cam views, and then let me do that, and then we're going to ditch this camera here for now, and then we're going to go to Beaufort because we actually have a tornado on the ground on radar down there. Again, you guys need to be in your safe spots here. We might see the tornado on this camera here. And again, we got a tornado on the ground it's in Frogmore right now. There's that area of rotation. It's currently in Frogmore. Next in line is going to be South Beaufort here in South Carolina. Again, this is a tornado on the ground. Very obviously, you can see that debris ball very clearly, and that is pushing up. It's going to go through. It's through Frogmore, and now it's located right here in this area, about to cross over the bay and go over to 802. Again, in South Beaufort, all needs to be in their safe spots. Again, as the lowest, most interior room of your house with as many walls in between you and the outside as humanly possible, a tornado shelter or a basement that's underground. It's kind of hard to tell. The velocity couplet isn't super strong, so it's probably on the weaker side of tornadoes. Oh, wow. New area of rotations actually popping up here near Hilton Head Plantation. Man, so many areas of rotations to keep track of. Still waiting on the latest scan. We'll come back over to the big radar. While we wait for that, let's come back over to here. Tyler Kurtz is in the direct path. Let me call him. See how much he'll charge me. Is he in Beaufort? Hey, are you in Beaufort? Don't do that. um, send me a text on what you think is fair for like just this storm. I guess just an hour. I'll use it for an hour. I don't know, man. I don't. There's so many rotations right now. I don't have the bandwidth to really think about it. So you think about it. You send me a text. Oh, you're not live? Oh, I thought you were live. All right, that's my bad. All right, let me go. All right. Well, don't die. Get in your dang safe spot. Don't be a storm chaser right now. Hey, swimming's healthy. All right, man. Well, you be safe. All right, man. Peace. Yeah, Tyler Kurtz is not live. I thought when you guys said that he was live, but he's in Beaufort, just literally about to get potentially hit by a tornado. Although the latest scan here out of the correlation coefficient looks like this thing has lifted here. It has lifted. At least to the best of my ability. Could have a small tornado still on the ground there near Frog Moor. Still a decent area of circulation there south and east of Beaufort. Still be in your safe spots there. We are continuing to keep an eye out for it. Over here near Hanahan. Yeah, it looks like this area of rotation has got a lot weaker on the latest scan. Let me just double check to make sure there was never a debris ball there. I mean, there's a little something that popped up there near Daniel Island, but it's just not deep enough to be able to say anything for certain. So I think they're going to allow that one to expire unless that rotation tries to reorganize. There north of Charleston, but I think the threat for Charleston is almost over. Might have another cell eventually try to do something here. I'm gonna warn you guys. I think I'm gonna have to take another break or just get some sleep because I am hitting the wall. We've been live almost 12 hours today. Started off at 1 a.m. in the morning. Took a little break, came back. Took a little break, came back. I'm getting tired. I'm gonna keep on staying live. At least until this tornado 100% lifts. But you guys are probably gonna have to go find some coverage from a local news station because I'm hitting a wall. My energy levels are just going straight down. My voice is getting raspy. Something might be happening in Wisconsin. Let me check it out. No, Wisconsin's looking all right. A little bit of rotation up there near Spring Green. Definitely got some contamination up there, though. Yeah, no problem. No problem. Yeah, still waiting on our latest scans here. Does seem like Frogmore definitely got hit by a tornado. Just make sure you're checking in with your friends in Frogmore. Yeah, it looks like this thing has lifted now. Still a decent area of circulation, though, going into Beaufort. I wouldn't completely count this storm out. It's a little bit broader as the latest scan, but just make sure you guys are staying weather aware out here. I mean, we're going to have tornado warnings all the way through the night, but I am hitting my limit. And they allowed that tornado warning over there near Walterboro to expire. Yeah, no problem. Park Circle area. I mean, there's 1, 2, 3 areas of circulation. If we're gonna get tornado warnings here over the next couple of minutes, it's gonna be down the line in this circle here near Port Royal, Beaufort, Sheldon, and also still watching for tornadoes. But most of the tornado warnings from now, I mean, a lot of them could still happen over there in Charleston, to be honest. So if you live in Charleston, just make sure you're weather aware. Not seeing any strong areas of rotation right now in and around the region, but that could pick back up. So definitely be weather aware as these storms come through. Make sure you're tuning into your local news. They're probably covering this, but I've been live, folks, covering this storm for about almost 12 hours, or maybe we're probably at 12 hours at this point. So I apologize, but it's been a really long day. But I do appreciate everybody tuning in. I have to go here though. But you guys have a good rest of your evening. Stay safe out there. Remember, go to your safe spots if you get put under a warning. And I will see you guys most likely tomorrow.